in the hearts of men. The shadow knows.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Shadow's exciting adventure starts in a moment. But right now, motorists, I have the biggest, the most exciting news you've heard since the days of the first pneumatic tire. It's all about the tire sensation of 1938, the new Goodrich Safety Silvertown with the amazing Lifesaver tread. This new kind of tire is utterly different in appearance, design, and action than anything you've ever seen or felt. At the first sign of a skid, it turns the wet road under your car into a dry track and stops you quicker, safer than you've ever stopped before. Hard to believe? Just listen to this startling proof. In exhaustive road tests made by the largest independent testing laboratory in the country against regular and premium price tires of America's 6 largest tire manufacturers, no tire tested, regardless of price, came up to this new tire in non-skid action. These severe tests, made over a 3-month period, also proved that the Silvertown gave more non-skid mileage than any of the other tires tested in its own price range. Averaged 19.1% more miles before the tires wore smooth. You'll never know what the word stop really means until you felt the grip of the new Silvertown on a wet, slippery road. For safety's sake, make your next set of tires Goodrich, spelled Goodrich. Goodrich Safety Silvertown. The Shadow, Lamont Cranston, a man of wealth, a student of science, and a master of other people's minds, devotes his life to righting wrongs, protecting the innocent, and punishing the guilty. Using advanced methods that may ultimately become available to all law enforcement agencies, Cranston is known to the underworld as the Shadow. Never seen, only heard, as haunting to superstitious minds as a ghost, as inevitable as a guilty conscience. The identity of the Shadow is known only to his friend and aide, Margot Lane. Today's story, The Firebug.
Fire reported at 4th and Chestnut Streets. Blaze at 4th and Chestnut. Fire reported at 4th and Chestnut Streets. Blaze at 4th and Chestnut. Keep back of those fire lines!
Please let me through! Let me through! My baby's in there! I've got to save her!
I'm sorry, ma'am. We can't let you in there. You'd be burned to death.
Look, officer, I've got to get through there. I've got to, I tell you. My mother and sister are in that
I
building.
don't care. Get back. Hey, you get back. Stop that guy. Don't let him get in there. Stop him. Hello, Chief. How many did the firebug get this time?
Oh, hello, Commissioner Weston. I had a notion this would bring you out. Near as we can check, it's 3 dead and 6 badly burned.
Oh, that's bad. Any idea how it started?
It's the same story as the last 6 tenement fires, Commissioner. It started in the hallway with an oil-soaked baby carriage.
Callahan, there's no doubt about it. We're dealing with a pyromaniac. These 6 tenement houses fires all started in hallways and in an oil-soaked baby carriage.
I know. That's what my department's been trying to hammer into your heads for the past 10 days. What's the matter with your police force? Can't you pick up this crazy firebug?
Well, we've done our best. Rounded up every possible suspect in the city. Questioned hundreds of them.
Well, Commissioner, I'm here to tell you that if something isn't done and done quickly, the city council will have your job and mine, too.
Yes, I know. Careful what you say, Callahan. Here comes a couple of reporters.
Well, Weston, it looks like that crazy firebug's put another one over on you.
What's the matter, Commissioner? Can't you find this nut who's running around with a box of matches and a can of kerosene? We're doing everything possible.
Yeah, and meanwhile, a couple of dozen poor devils get burned to death. The whole town's scared stiff, wondering what this maniac's going to burn next.
Maybe it's time you called in that mysterious friend of yours called the Shadow, Weston.
Yeah, why don't you get the Shadow to help you? We'll capture the maniac without the Shadow's help. Hey, look out! Look out! Get back there! Get back! Get that crowd back! The walls are caving in!
You know, Lamont, I feel sorry for Commissioner Weston. The newspapers are writing the life out of him. Listen to this editorial. Enter the Shadow. Due to the inability of our police force to curb the wave of incendiarism, dozens of innocent persons in the tenement of our city have died. Weeks have passed, and yet the fiendish criminal responsible for these fires has not been apprehended. It would appear that again the people are in need of help from that mysterious figure known only as the Shadow.
Yes, Margaret, the newspapers are treating Weston and his police force pretty roughly. Pyromaniacs are one of the most difficult type of criminals to deal with in the world.
Therefore, enter the Shadow.
Yes, Margot, but this time, if it's humanly possible, I'm going to see that Weston gets the credit for breaking this case, if it can be broken.
Is that why we're driving through the tenement section now?
Yes, Margot, I've been checking a theory of mine for several days now.
Yes, but only as Lamont Cranston, the amateur criminologist.
Well, here we are.
It's just another tenement house as far as I can see.
Except that it has a fur dealer's shop on the ground floor. Wait here for me, Margot. I'm going in there. I won't be long.
If you see a mink coat lying around somewhere, you might bring it out with you. It might make up for the agony of curiosity you're causing me.
Well, I can tell you this much before I go in, Margot. In the last 4 buildings fired by this pyromaniac, there's been a fur dealer's shop on the ground floor. The man who runs this shop here had his establishment in the last place that went up in flames.
Well, he certainly moved into another fire trap.
Exactly, Margot, and I'm curious to know why.
Good luck. Lamont, why put your hat over your eyes and roll up your coat collar like that?
It's just that in case the Shadow has to visit this fur dealer later, there won't be any connection with Lamont Cranston. Wait here, Margot. Don't under any circumstance come in that shop.
All guns! All guns! Live fire, all guns! Fire! Right fire!
Antonio, you come in the house right now. Come on, though. Hurry up.
Hey, what can I do for you, miss?
I'm trying to match a piece of fur. You seem to have quite a collection here.
I don't sell retail. Who sent you?
Didn't you used to have your shop over at 4th and Chestnut?
I moved.
Oh, yes, that's right. The building you were in burned down. I hear several people burned to death.
Yeah, so the papers said.
You lost all your stock, I suppose. Were you covered by insurance?
Look here, I got no time to talk to you, mister. You better go match your fur someplace else.
Wait a minute now, not so fast. I might be interested in some furs in wholesale lots if the price was right.
You come back some other time. I ain't got time to talk to you now.
You don't seem very anxious to do business. Could it be that you don't care very much about selling furs you carry in stock?
What do you mean, mister? Who are you, anyway? What are you coming around here asking a lot of questions for? Trying to make me talk. What do you want?
Well, at the moment, I'd like to know why you're so anxious to get rid of me. Are you expecting someone?
What if I am? It's none of your business, so get out of here.
If you don't mind, I think I'll just have a little look around. If you haven't got what I want in the way of furs, I won't come back.
Nobody asked you to come here in the first place.
Hello, Vanelli. Well, I see you're all set up in your new joint.
Yeah, I got a customer over here behind the rack.
Oh, I see. Copper?
I don't know. He said he'd come in here to match some furs. He looks phony to me.
Yeah. Listen, Vrelly. Go lock the front door and pull down the blinds. We'll soon find out what he's here for.
Okay. We better take him in the back room.
Oh, once over quick with the brass knuckles will do the trick if we won't talk without him.
He's right back there.
Where? I don't see anybody.
Why, right in it. Hey, he ain't here. But he was just a couple of minutes ago. I seen him go in between those 2 racks.
Maybe he heard us talking and beat it out the back way.
No, he can't do that. The door's locked. I got the key in my pocket.
Then he's got to be here somewhere. He couldn't have gotten out.
Hey, Eggman, wait a minute. You hear that?
Yeah, you heard it. Came from back there in the corner. Come on.
Hey, look out. Maybe he's a copper. Got a gun.
No, Borelli. I am not from the police. And I carry no gun.
Boss, that boy's. Wait. It came from the corner. But there's nobody there. Nothing.
All right, shut up. There must be somebody there.
Come out of there, you, and come out with your hands up, or I'll fill you full of lead.
Things in the shadows are best left in the shadows, Hegman.
Who are you? What are you doing here? What do you want?
I'm looking for a man. 2 men. Perhaps more. Who have burned scores of innocent people to death, caused thousands of dollars damage to property, and terrorized the whole city. I think I have found them.
He knows.
Keep your mouth shut, Riley.
Yes, I know. You betrayed yourselves.
Who are you? Come out of there, I swear I'll shoot.
I am the Shadow, Hegman.
Shadow?
Hegman, the newspapers for days now, they've been saying the shadow fella could find out who set the fires. And now he's here in the shop.
Shut your mouth, Riley, or I'll shut it for you for good.
Yes, Hegman. A bullet would silence Varelli, but nothing you can do can keep me from reading the thoughts that are racing through your mind. You're caught, and you know it.
Reading our thoughts? You're crazy. It can't be done.
Yes, it can. I can read your mind. It is making pictures like the writing on a slate. You've given me the motive for these crimes. You're a broker.
Sure, that's right. Hegman's a broker.
Shut up, Varelli.
Yes, Hegman, you write heavy insurance on the stock of men like Varelli. On stock that doesn't exist.
You're not reading my mind, Shadow. You're just guessing. You're smart, but you're not smart enough or you wouldn't have walked into this place. And I'm telling you here and now, you'll never walk out. The door's locked. I don't care how much you know, because you'll never live to tell it.
A bullet from that gun won't save you. You've set your last fire.
Hey, boss, he knows everything. What are we going to do?
I tell you what we're going to do. Varelli, get me that can of kerosene.
But it's in the back room, boss. I'm afraid to
Do
go.
as I tell you, you yellow-livered fool. So I've set my last fire, have I, Shadow?
Yes, your last fire.
Varelli, don't stand there. Do as I tell you. Get that kerosene. Go on.
Hey, but this shadow, I can't see him. I don't know where he is.
Listen, you fool. I've heard about the Shadow. He has some trick of being able to appear in a room without being seen. But he's here all right. And if he lays a hand on you, if he tries to stop you, grab hold of him and I'll do the rest. Go on, I tell you.
Come on.
Oh. So you don't work alone, Shadow. You've set a trap for us. Well, you're caught in your own trap. Quick, Riley, get that kerosene.
All right. I'll get it.
Come on, Avery, are you in trouble?
Why don't you answer, Shadow?
I'll deal with you alone, Hegman.
Come on, I'm going to get the police.
Before the police can break in here, you'll be burned.
Here's the kerosene.
Pour it on the floor. Throw some on those fur racks. Hurry up. That girl's gone for the cops.
We go out the back way and lock the door, huh? And then this shadow, he die quick.
All right, Shadow. Now, you just try to come through this back door, and I'll finish you off with a bullet before the fire can get you. Come on, Burley, that's enough. Get back. Get ready to slam this door the minute I touch a match to this newspaper.
You're signing your death warrant, Hegman.
No, Shadow, yours. Don't think you can break through the front window and get out because it's covered with steel wire.
All right, come on, boss. She go up quick. Hey, boss, what's that noise?
Just a car in the street. Come on. We're getting out. Close the door. Lock it.
Ladies and gentlemen, is the shadow on the right track? The next few minutes will give the answer. Right now, motorists, remember this. When you're tempted to try squeezing the last 1,000 miles out of a worn tire, watch out. You may save 50 cents at present tire prices, but who knows?
The Shadow knows. Suppose you had a skid, a blowout, while hitting it up along some fast, crowded highway. Think what it might cost you in repair bills, doctor bills, hospital bills. Take the Shadow's advice. Play safe.
Yes, motorists. And the way to play doubly safe is to ride on the new Goodrich Safety Silvertowns. Because this new safety sensation is really two great tires combined in one. Outside, every new Silvertown has the lifesaver tread that reduces the danger of skidding as never before, gives you and your family a new feeling of security no matter how wet the weather. Inside the Silvertown tire is the famous Golden Ply protection against high-speed blowouts that has already saved thousands of lives. Why should you risk your neck through skid or blowout when today you can get life-saving protection against both of these common driving hazards without paying a cent extra? Replace unsafe tread-worn tires with a set of the new Goodrich Safety Silvertowns. the tires that give you the skid protection of the sensational Lifesaver tread, plus golden ply blowout protection at no extra cost.
Margot, that'll be the police checking up on how my car happened to crash into that fur store at the exact moment the fire started.
What are you going to tell them, Lamont? I got away in the crowd before anybody had a chance to see me.
The police said over the phone that my car was being driven by a young woman.
Then they suspect...
I don't think so, Margot. I told them the car was stolen.
Well, that makes a criminal out of me, doesn't it? Oh, but you're safe, and that's all that matters.
Yes, for once I'm glad you disobeyed my orders, Margot, but now you'd better go in my study and wait. I don't want the police to find you here.
All right, Lamont. I hope they don't get suspicious as to what really happened and discover that you are the Shadow.
Neither do I. Oh, good evening, Sergeant. Come in. Sorry to have kept you waiting.
That's all right, Mr. Cranston. I've just got a few routine questions to ask you in addition to the information you gave us over the phone.
That you, Varelli?
Yeah, quick. Let me in, boss.
What'd you find out? Where'd that girl go?
I got around to the front like you told me, boss. I see her slip out of the car, and I follow. She get in a taxi, but she don't get away from me.
Where is she now?
I follow her to where she live. We get her tonight, if you say so, boss.
Perhaps you'll lead us to the Shadow.
But how do you know for sure the Shadow got away?
It's in the papers. They put the fire out before it spread upstairs, and now the cops are looking for you as the owner of the first
Hey,
store.
look, boss. You say you take care of me if the police get after me. You swore it.
Don't worry about the cops. I'll get you out of town in a day or two. First, we got to get the Shadow. As long as he's alive, we're both as good as in the death house.
Yeah, sure, but how are we going to get
Throw that girl, you dope. We'll get her, leave a note for this guy Lamont she was calling to before she drove that car into the store. And I'll bet you 2 to 1 he's the Shadow. When he comes to get her, he'll walk into a trap he won't get out of.
Yeah, that's it, boss. We get him here in your place. We make a big fire down here in the cellar, and we get rid of both of them, eh?
Yeah. Come on. Show me where this girl lives. We got to get a hold of her tonight, or it may be too late.
Right here. This is the house I trailed the girl to. And that's the window in a bedroom.
Yeah?
She's got a maid, but I think she's gone now.
Okay. She's had plenty of time to get to sleep since that light went out. Go in the window into her room and get her, Varelli.
But suppose she wake up. Maybe she screams.
Not if this gag you put in her mouth quickly enough. It's soaked with chloroform.
You wait here and help me carry her down the fire escape, huh, boss?
Yeah, I'll wait right here by the window. While you're getting her, I'll pin this note on the curtains. Now go on, get that window up and get in there.
Okay, boss.
Now don't bump into anything. Just grab her and slap that gag in her mouth and hold it till the chloroform does its stuff.
All right, I'll get her. You watch.
Oh, the Lord save us. Oh, I hope that's Mr. Cranston.
Hello, Ellen.
Oh, thank the good Lord it's you, Mr. Cranston.
Ellen, I came here the minute I got your message. What's wrong? Is Miss Margot ill?
Oh, Mr. Cranston, it's worse than that. Miss Margot, she's gone. She's been taken right out of her bed and out of the window. She's been spirited away.
Well, how do you know? Did you see it happen?
Oh, no, sir, but, I know. I was in my room and I heard a scream. And I run in here and there was the note.
A note? Where?
Oh, in the bedroom there, pinned to the curtains. Come here, look, see.
Good heavens, Ellen. When did this happen?
Oh, about an hour ago, I think. The clock had just struck 2.
You notified the police?
Oh, no, sir. I didn't dare because I read that note first and it said not to call the police or Miss Margaret would be killed. Here, read it, Mr. Cranston.
Hmm.
Oh, dear.
You
Poor
did
Miss
right
Margot.
in not calling the police, Ellen, so they trailed Margot here. Knew that perhaps she could lead them to me.
Oh, what are they going to do to Miss Lane, sir? Hold her for some ransom
No,
money?
no, it isn't that, Ellen.
Oh, but Mr. Cranston...
I can't explain now, but listen, Ellen. If you want to help your mistress, you must do exactly as I say.
Oh, yes, sir, I'll do anything. I'd give my life.
I know you would. I just want you to stay here. Don't talk to anyone. Don't tell anyone what's happened till you hear from me. Do you understand?
Oh, yes, sir, I understand. Where are you going?
I'm going to do exactly as the note says, Ellen. I'm going to find Miss Margot and bring her back with me. If I'm not back in 2 hours and you haven't heard from me, turn that note over to Commissioner Weston of the police department. Remember that, Ellen. If I'm not back in 2 hours, take that note to Commissioner Weston.
Oh, dear God. Don't let nothing happen to him. Don't let nothing happen.
Out there. Have fine time of night to be calling. Hello? Hello? You. How did you get my private number, Shadow?
I've had it for a long time.
Well,
Commissioner Weston.
now what is it this time? I suppose you've caught the firebug. I suppose you're all set to make a monkey out of me and the whole police force.
The newspapers have done you and your force a grave injustice, Commissioner. But it is not my doing.
So what?
Would it be worth the loss of a few hours' sleep if you could trap the firebugs before morning, Commissioner?
And who are they, and where are they?
I have an appointment with them within the next hour. When I'm finished with them, they're yours. If you're ready to take them. And with them, you can have the honor and credit of ending their reign of terror, Commissioner.
What am I supposed to do? Wait here and twiddle my thumbs?
No. Throw a cordon of police around the district bounded by 4th Street and the river, and from Spruce to Medley Square.
Why, you're crazy. That'd take half my force.
They're worth it.
All right. What then?
Keep in touch with headquarters. If you've not heard from me by 4:30, a note will be delivered to you, telling you where to find the firebugs and the body of the shadow.
Listen, you, I'm going to give you one more chance to talk.
You can't make me talk. I'll never tell you.
Oh, well, maybe you'll think different after I've burned your fingers with a few more matches.
I won't tell you. I won't.
Who is the shadow? Where is he? Talk! Or is this only a taste of what you'll get? So you don't like that, eh? Well, talk.
Oh, no, I won't tell you.
Hey, listen, boss.
Yeah?
I ain't gonna stay up there in the dock anymore. I'm scared. I don't wait no more for somebody I can't see.
Get back up there, Verrilli. Get up there and wait till I tell you. If you don't, I'll give you something to be scared of.
But it's dark. I can't see. All the time in the dark, I keep hearing noises, sounds. Just now, I think I hear somebody laugh.
What?
Boss, something slammed the door.
So we meet again.
Boss, he's here. The shadow is here.
Shut up, you gibbering fool, really. Sure he's here, and that's just what I want. Listen, Shadow. Don't come near me. I'm warning you. I've got a gun pressed against this girl's head. One false move out of you, and I'll pull the trigger. Go on, you. Tell him I'm not bluffing.
Lamont, why did you come? They used me to get you here. To make you walk into a death trap. They're going to kill you. They'll kill us both.
It's all right, Margot. Maybe we can...
Verrilli, stand by that door. If the shadow tries to get out, use your knife. Remember, if he gets away, you'll go to the chair.
All right, boss. I watch.
Oh, Lamont, I'm sorry. This is my fault, all my fault.
Just a minute, Margot. Now that I'm here, Hegman, what do you want?
I just wanted you here, Shadow. That's all.
I see. And you've prepared another trap, another fire trap.
You guessed it. And this time the girl won't get you out of it because she'll be right down here in the cellar with you.
Come on, boss. Quick, we get out now. Lock the door and start a fire.
Here we are, Verrilli. Don't open that door till I tell you.
Yes, Verrilli. Listen to him. Do as Hegman orders you. And you live a few minutes longer. Then you'll die with a bullet in the back.
Who'd do that?
Your boss, Hegman.
No, the boss would not do that. You're lying, Shadow.
He plans to kill us because we know too much about him. But you, Verrilli, know more. Not until you're dead will he be safe. It may be a few minutes, an hour, a day.
What do you mean, Shadow?
Don't listen to him, Varelli.
He's thinking about killing you, Varelli.
I'm not going to kill you. You can trust me.
You forget I can read Hegman's mind, Varelli.
Don't you believe him, Varelli? He's just saying that to get you.
But he can read the mind. In the shop, he did it.
No, I tell you, you're my friend.
You know too much about Hegman, Varelli.
The Shadow is right. I know too much. Only when I'm dead will you be safe, boss.
Two can keep a secret. Only when one is dead, Varelli. When one is dead, Varelli. Listen to me. When one is dead.
When one is dead. When one is dead, huh?
Now, listen, Varelli.
That's it. When one is dead.
Now, Varelli, keep away from me. Put
That's
that knife
what
away.
it means.
Don't listen to him. He's hypnotized your mind. That's another one of the Shadow's tricks.
He's dead, huh?
No, Varelli. Oh. All right. Yeah, I meant to kill you, Varelli. I was going to do it the minute we got rid of the Shadow and his girl. But I don't need you now. I got them trapped, and I'll give you yours now. Here.
You killed me. But before I die, I'll get to you, boss.
Get him.
I'll stab you. I take you with me, boss. We keep a cigarette together.
Oh. Lamont.
Here, let me cut your ropes, Margot.
Yes, Lamont.
Then get out of this place and go back to the apartment. Get that note from Ellen. Destroy it. The secret of the Shadow must remain a secret.
Lamont, come with me, please. There's nothing more can be done here. The pyromaniacs are dead.
Yes, Margot. The firebugs have set their last fire. There's one more thing to be done.
Well, what's that?
I must get in touch with Commissioner Weston. I promised him I'd give him the credit for capturing the criminals. And he and half the police force of the city are waiting out there in the streets. The Shadow always keeps his word.
You have been listening to a dramatized version of one of the many copyrighted stories which appear in the Shadow magazine.
The weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. The Shadow knows.
All the characters and all the places named are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The Shadow knows.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Shadow's exciting adventure will be on the air in just a moment. But first, here's a news flash for every motorist in America. It's about a sensational new kind of tire that will stop your car quicker, safer on wet roads than you've ever stopped before. And the tire that will give you this remarkable new skid protection is the new Goodrich Safety Silvertown with the Lifesaver Tread. This Lifesaver Tread has a truly amazing action on wet, slippery pavements. As the spiral bars of this tread strike the pavement, they act like a battery of windshield wipers. These bars sweep the water from under the tire, force it out through deep drainage grooves, make a dry track for the rubber to grip. Thus, you're protected against skids in all directions. You get the quickest stops you've ever seen. And remember this, too. Silvertowns are also the only tires that give you the famous golden ply blowout protection. When thousands are killed or injured every year in accidents due to blowouts and skids, don't take chances. Equip with these life-saving Silvertowns now. That's the way to get protection against both skids and blowouts at no extra cost. The Shadow, Lamont Cranston, a man of wealth, a student of science, and a master of other people's minds, devotes his life to righting wrongs, protecting the innocent, and punishing the guilty. Using advanced methods that may ultimately become available to all law enforcement agencies, Cranston is known to the underworld as the Shadow. Never seen, only heard, as haunting to superstitious minds as a ghost, as inevitable as a guilty conscience. The identity of the Shadow is known only to his intimate friend and aide, Margot Lane. Today's story, The Blind Beggar Dies.
There are smiles that make us happy. There are smiles.
Evening, Singing Jim. Chilly tonight, isn't it?
Indeed it is. Thank you, sir. There are smiles.
Hello, Jim. Wish me luck tonight. I'm going out with a new boyfriend. He's awful nice.
All the luck in the world, you miss. Thank you. There are smiles which make us happy.
Well, if it isn't Singing Jim, holding down the same corner after we told him to pay protection or move.
Yeah, he don't pay off and he don't scare.
I don't make enough to keep body and soul together. Now, you go away. Let me alone.
Oh, so you're going to try to buck our record, eh? All right, Marty, bring him back in the alley.
Now, wait.
Maybe we can make him see things
Now,
our way.
take your hands off me. You let me alone.
Come on,
let me
Dope.
alone.
We just want to talk to you a minute. We got a proposition for you.
But now I told you, I don't need protection. I have a license because I'm blind. The police don't bother me none.
Bring him back over here, Marty. This
no.
is private enough.
Now, wait.
Okay, Spike.
Now, wait a
Easy
minute.
on that blackjack.
Shut up and hold your mitt over his mouth so we don't let
Now,
out a
don't.
squawk.
Okay.
I'm an old man. I can't stand it. I haven't any money to pay. I tell you.
All right, give him the once over.
Right. And listen, Singing Jim. Next time you fork over $1 a week or you'll get the works. Okay. Marty, dump him over the wall there and let's go.
Look at that crowd gathering, Lamont.
Yes.
Isn't it amazing how any little thing can get a crowd together?
Sometimes those little things turn out to be big things, Margot.
That's just Lamont Cranston, the amateur criminologist, coming to the fore.
Oh, look. They're trying to get into that alleyway. Somebody heard, probably.
Oh, yes.
All right, move on. Open up. Let's get this man in the ambulance.
Oh, good evening to you, Mr. Cranston.
Oh, what's wrong, Clancy?
It's poor old Singing Jim. Somebody found him in the alley all smashed up. Looks like a truck run over him.
All right, out of the way. Move on now. Move on.
Poor old Jim. Lamont, Look at his face and head. He doesn't look like he's been run over.
Oh, don't hit me. I can't pay. I can't.
Okay, Jack, back to the hospital and make it fast.
Oh.
This old boy's in a bad way.
Lamont, somebody beat him up. But who'd do a thing like that and why?
I don't know, Margot. I've known Singing Jim for years.
So have I. Everybody knows him and helps him out.
Margot, he looked pretty bad. I think I'll go to the hospital and see what I can do for him. It's more in this than meets the eye. Want to come along?
Yes, Lamont. I hope we're not too late.
Of course you can see Singing Jim, Mr. Cranston.
How is he, Doctor?
Triple concussion. Looks pretty hopeless.
Poor old Jim.
How did it happen?
Well, the police report lists it as a hit-and-run case. But in my opinion, he was beaten with some blunt instrument. A piece of pipe or a blackjack. He's right in here.
No. Don't hit me. I'm an old man. No.
I'm afraid you won't get much out of him, but you can try. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Thanks, Doctor.
Oh, I can't pay. I need protection.
Now, Singing Jim.
I don't...
Jim, it's Lamont Cranston.
Oh.
I've come to help you. And Miss Lane is here, too. You remember her.
Hello, Jim. What happened? Who did this to
Oh,
you?
keep away from me. Let me go. Don't hit me again.
I'm afraid he's delirious, Margot. Jim, listen. We're not going to hurt you. You're safe now. Who hit you? Why did they do it, Jim?
They told me I had to pay $1 a week, or they'd give my corner to somebody else. Some phony that knew how to mooch enough to pay him for protection. No.
Jim.
Don't hit
Oh,
me.
Lamont, that can't be true. Nobody could be as low as to try to make a racket out of begging, organize them, and make them pay tribute.
It is hard to believe, Margot, but must be something to it. Wait a minute. Jim, listen to me. Who did this? Who's been trying to make you pay money to them?
No, don't hit me, Spock. Let go of me, Marty. Don't, I can't pay. Apple Mary can't pay either. You took Apple Mary's stand, now you're trying to take mine. Don't hit me again! Don't!
Lamont, I'd better get the doctor. He's unconscious.
Yes, Margot, but I'm afraid it's more than that.
What?
I'm afraid Singing Jim has sung his last ballad.
What? You mean...
Yes, Margot. Singing Jim is dead.
Folks, I guess you're all kind of wondering why the word went out over the beggar's grapevine for us to meet here in my place.
Yes, there was one.
And maybe you ain't. Anyway, Apple Mary's got something to say to us.
Thanks, Lame Bill. Thanks. Folks, I guess by this time you've all heard that poor old Singing Jim's dead. And I guess you know why he's dead.
Yes, Mary.
Now, don't get the idea that I've asked you all here to fight these here scurvy rats that pull Jim into an alley and beat him to death. I ain't asking that.
Can't expect no help from the police, Mary. You know that.
No, you
Yes.
can't, Mary.
Yes, we tried that. And they just laugh at the idea of anybody trying to make us pay for the right to make a living on the streets. The only way we know how. Selling apples like I do. Singing like Jim did. Or selling pencils and shoelaces like Lame Bill here. No, we can't expect no help from the police.
Yeah, but why don't they get the guys that murdered old Jim?
They're investigating it, so they say.
Yeah, but what are we going to do, Mary? Jim's death was just a warning to the rest of us. It means pay up or get the same...
No, it don't.
Yeah, that's
no,
what it
it
means,
don't.
Mary.
Because something's happened. Somebody's going to help us what can't help ourselves.
Who is it, Mary?
Now, before I tell you, I want to remind you that I'm not a drinking woman, and I ain't given to hearing things, and I ain't easy convinced. But last night, late, somebody talked to me at my stand, somebody that you've all heard of, somebody that you that have got your eyesight don't believe in because nobody's ever seen him.
Who was it, Mary?
The Shadow.
Shadow. Oh, he wouldn't bother trying to help folks like us, Mary.
Oh, you're wrong. You're wrong because he asked me to call all your folks together. He promised that he'd come here tonight and tell us how he can help us.
When's he coming? Why isn't he here?
Hey, what's that?
I am here.
Why, where'd that laugh come from?
Sounds like it come from right behind Mary.
No, it came from back in that corner.
Wait, don't be frightened. I am the Shadow. I've come here to help you. If you will accept my unseen presence without question, without fear.
Why? Yeah, that's right. We got no reason to be scared of the Shadow. We ain't done anything wrong.
Yeah, we ought to be glad he's willing to help us out and protect us from fellas like Spike and Marty.
Maybe he can help us find out who those fellas are.
Now, wait a minute.
yeah.
Wait a minute, all of you. I've told the Shadow all I know about Spike and Marty. All any of us knows. Now you listen to what he wants us to do.
You are victims of the meanest racket in the world. The Shadow will help you, if you are willing to help yourselves. I have reason to believe that one among you is a spy, an informer.
Why, where is he? Point him out.
No, sooner or later he will betray himself. There are too many of you for me to single out the one hostile mind in this room.
What do you want us to do, Shadow?
We'll do anything you say.
Go on doing as you have been doing. When these men approach you again, pay them, or promise payment. And then go to the west wall of the National Armory and make your sign of distress in white chalk, using the symbols you use in communicating with one another. The Shadow will understand them and come to your aid. As for the informer in your midst, let him take this warning to the petty racketeers he serves. If one more cent of tribute is levied, if they so much as lay a hand upon one of you, they will answer to the Shadow with their lives.
We got the Shadow back on us. The Shadow having us.
Yeah, who's there? That you, Marty?
Yeah, it's me, Spike.
What took you so long? Say, you look like the real McCoy with those smoke glasses and that crutch.
I used to make a living faking this blind and lame gag before you showed me how to make some easy money.
Well, what happened at that meeting at Lame Bill's place?
Plenty.
You look like you seen a ghost.
No, I ain't seen no ghost, Spike.
What then?
I heard something tonight that I don't want to hear again. The voice of a guy you couldn't see. He was right there talking to us.
You've been hearing things.
No, it's the truth, I tell you. You've heard about this guy they call a Shadow, haven't you?
Yeah, I've heard about him all right. So what?
He was at that meeting. That's why Apple Mary called it. The Shadow got the whole story out of her, how we worked this racket, and now he's out to get us.
How's he going to do it?
He's got it all fixed for the beggars to put their distress signs on the wall of the National Armory. The first time we try to collect any more dough.
You say the Shadow got all the dough from Apple Mary?
Yeah, I tell you, we got to lay off.
And kiss all that money we get from the beggars goodbye? Not on your life.
Yeah, but Spike, the Shadow's poison. He's caught plenty of big shots with dough and their gangs. What chance have we got against a guy like that?
Listen, punk, you're all the gang I got, and I ain't in the big dough, but I'm plenty smart. And I got an idea how to get rid of this Shadow.
All right. How you going to do it?
Listen, all we got to do is get a hold of Apple Mary. Bring her up here to the hideout and keep her here.
Yeah, and get the Shadow plumb on our trail.
That's just what I want. And to be sure he does get here, you're going to chalk up a message on the armory wall. You know the signs I use.
Yeah, I know 'em. But supposing you do get Apple Mary here and this Shadow comes after her, then what?
Then he's going to walk into the sweetest little trap you ever saw sprung.
But you can't see the guy.
I don't have to see him. All I have to do is hear him talk or laugh, the way they say he always does.
All right, Spike. Okay, I hope you know what you're doing.
I haven't given you a bad steer yet, have I? We'll grab Apple Mary tonight and bring her down here.
Why did you want to drive past the National Armory, Lamont?
I'm looking for handwriting on the wall, Margot.
What do you mean?
The Shadow made arrangements with Apple Mary and her friends to communicate with them that way. Those racketeers try any more strong-arm tactics.
Do you think they will?
Yes. There's a reckless bravado about a petty criminal that you won't find in big-time crooks.
Well, they're just as dangerous. Don't forget that, Lamont.
I'm not forgetting it for a minute, Margot. There's a saying, little snakes are more deadly than the big ones. Stop the car, Margot. Here's the armory.
What is it, Lamont?
There's writing on the wall. Maybe what I'm looking for.
You mean those chalk marks, those crosses and circles and numbers?
Yes. Yes, it's a message from Apple Mary. She needs help. She's waiting for the shadow in the basement of 19 River Street.
I'll drive you there, Lamont.
All right, Margot. But not all the way. Stop a block from that address and let me out.
Very well, Lamont. Shall I wait for you?
Yes, Margot. Wait half an hour. If I'm not back by then, notify the police to raid that house.
But why, Lamont? What made you think...
I don't think Apple Mary sent that message, Margot. I have a feeling the shadow's being invited to walk into a trap.
Sit tight, ladies and gentlemen. The Shadow still has plenty of thrills coming.
X-Street, 4-engine, car smashed in weekend skidding accident.
Yes. The Shadow knows that there's hardly a driver who has not experienced that sickening, paralyzing, pit-of-the-stomach feeling that comes when his car skids wildly over a wet, slippery highway.
Is it worth the risk, motorists? Especially when you can now get a tire that will stop you quicker, safer on wet roads than you've ever stopped before. A tire that will put real blowout protection between your car and the road. And this new Goodrich Safety Silvertown with the Lifesaver Tread skid protection and Golden Ply blowout protection costs nothing extra. It's one of the best safety investments you can make. So play safe. Equip your car with these life-saving Goodrich, spelled Goodrich, Goodrich Safety Silvertown tires before it's too late.
That you, Marty?
Yeah, it's me. Where are you? How about some light?
Okay, I just wanted to be sure.
Hey, what's the idea of sitting down here in the dark? Hey, what are you doing with that Tommy gun?
When the Shadow comes here looking for Apple Mary, I'm going to spray this room with lead from floor to ceiling. It won't matter if I can't see him. I can't miss. Then our troubles will be over.
I put that message on the armory wall.
How long ago?
About an hour.
Then he'll be here soon. That guy moves fast from what I hear.
Hey, how are you going to know when the Shadow gets here? What if he don't talk or laugh?
He's got to open that door, ain't he? He can't walk through it. He ain't a ghost.
He comes as close to being a ghost as anything I ever went on up against. How's he do it? How does he keep you from seeing him?
By hypnotism, whatever that is.
Yeah? I know a guy in a circus that could do that. Leastwise, he claimed he could.
Shut up. Go and get Apple Mary in here. She's in that back room.
Okay. Hey, you. Apple Mary. Come on out here.
I'm coming. And don't think I'm scared of the scum of the earth like you two.
Pipe down.
What do you want with me?
Bring her over here and shove her into this chair.
You heard him. Come on.
Take your hands off me. I may be old and blind, but I take no guidance from scavengers.
Take that can away from her. She might get free with it.
Give me that stick.
I'll give it to you. Here, take it.
Why, you she-devil.
Put her in that chair and hold her there. Get your knife?
Come on, sit down there. Yeah, I got my knife.
Get it out. If she tries anything when the Shadow turns up, let her have it. Right between his shoulders.
Okay. If you know what's good for you, you'll sit still, Mary.
The Shadow. So you know he's after you. So there was a squealer at the meeting.
That was no squealer. It was me. And we're expecting your pal, the Shadow, most any time now. I put a little message from you on the armory wall, telling him to come here.
Yeah. Just wait till that door swings open. That's the only way you can get in or out.
If this Shadow guy's got a gun and starts blazing away, you'll get yours, Mary.
The Shadow doesn't need a gun.
Shut him up, Marty. I just heard the basement door close.
Hey, somebody's in the hall, Spike.
Shut up. Watch it, old dame. If she opens her mouth, let her have it.
Right. You got that Tommy gun ready?
Yeah.
Spike, he's here. The Shadow's here. Do something. Do something. Shoot her. He'll kill us.
I ain't sure if I'm going to be sure.
There is only one certainty in life.
What?
And that is death.
It's him. Shoot, Spike. Get in. Hey, Spike. Spike, you shut out the lights.
Yeah. But I got him.
Yeah.
I got the Shadow. Come on. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, but what about Apple Mary?
We haven't got time to fuss with a blind dame. And listen, Apple Mary. Get out and tell your friends we'll be seeing him. Tell them the Shadow's dead. Tell them if we have any more trouble making collections, I'll get what Singing Jim and the Shadow got. Tell them that for us. Come on, Marty, let's go.
The Shadow dead. Who can we look to for help now?
You can still count on the shadow, Apple Mary.
Oh, Shadow, they didn't kill you. Didn't they hit you?
No, Mary. I suspected a trap, so after I opened the door, I walked across the room and stood behind them.
But your voice, it came from near the door.
Ventriloquism. A simple trick of projecting the voice. But that doesn't matter now. Get out of here and hurry to Lame Bill's. Gather your friends together and wait there for word from me. The Shadow.
Margot.
Oh, there you are, Lamont. I was beginning to get worried. Half hour's almost up. What happened?
I'll tell you later. Quick, start the car. See those two men hurrying down the street?
That tall one and the short, heavy one?
Yes, follow them, but be careful. Don't get too close.
Who are they? Where are they going?
They murdered Singing Jim. They tried to murder the Shadow. We'll find out where they go, Margot, and then I'll telephone Commissioner Weston to surround the place.
The Shadow left word with Apple Mary. She wants us at Dugan's pool hall.
Dugan's pool hall. The Shadows tracked down Spike and Marty.
Apple Mary and Lame Bill want us at Dugan's pool hall.
Hey, Lippy, Dugan's pool hall right away. Mary said so.
What's the matter with you, Marty? I thought you could play pool. You missed that shot a mile.
I can't keep my mind on the game. Can't stop thinking about
Pipe down. Everything's okay, I tell you. I got the Shadow I couldn't have missed. You heard him fall, didn't you?
Yeah, but...
Yeah, but nothing. We got nothing to worry about, I tell you. The Shadow's out of the way, and we got to fix with Dugan for an alibi. We've been here all even. See? Here comes Dugan now.
Hey, Spike, Marty. There's something going on around here I don't like. I know I told you I'd frame an alibi for you, but I don't want no trouble. I don't want my place closed up.
What's the matter with you? What's going on?
It's that bunch you've been working your new racket on. Apple Mary, Lame Bill, Limpy, the whole lot of them.
What? Where are they?
They're out in the street, 20 or 30 of them. And more coming every minute.
Yeah, who tipped them up we was here? Is this a double cross, Dugan?
No, honest. Somebody must have tailed you here. Listen to them.
Hey, Spike. They're after us. Come on, let's get out of here.
Yeah, maybe we better. They tear us to pieces if they got their hands on us.
You guys better slip out that back door there. It leads into the alley. The crowd may be lame and blind, but I don't give much for your chances if they get hold of you.
Come on, Spike. Let's go, will you?
Yeah, okay, let's scram. We'll get these monkeys tomorrow, one by one. I'll teach them to try to gang up on us. Come on, Marty, come on.
Hey, Spike, wait. Look down the alley there.
Holy cat. Cops?
Yeah.
Half a dozen of them.
We can't go that way, Spike. They're laying for us. Hey, Dugan, ain't there any other way out of this joint?
How about upstairs and over the roof?
No, that door to the hall's been nailed up for years. It's either the alley or the front way.
Hey, Spike, that bunch out front sound like they're coming in.
Yeah, we're caught like a couple of rats in a trap.
What are you going to do, Spike?
Shadow.
Spike, did you hear that? It's the Shadow. You didn't get him. He ain't dead.
No, you will not go to the electric chair for the murder of the Shadow.
Oh. So you got away. Well, then the cops haven't got anything on us now. Come on, Marty, we'll go out through the alley. Let the cops pick us up. They can't hold us more than 24 hours.
Wait. You've forgotten the murder of Singing Jim.
Well, you can't pin that on us. Well, the door's locked.
Yeah, and the key's gone, Spike.
Yes, I locked that door, Spike. I have the key. But the front door is unlocked. You can walk out that door. Singing Jim's friends are out there waiting for you.
Spike, what are we going to do?
They're the lame and the halt and the blind, but there's strength in their numbers. The strength of a long-suffering fury that means your death. If they get their hands on you...
What do you want, Shadow? What's your game?
I want your confession to the murder of Singing Jim.
Hey. Yeah? If we confess, will you keep that mob away from us?
I'm not confessing to anything. I'm not writing myself a one-way ticket to the death house.
Take your choice. A chance before a legal jury or that mob. Quick.
Stop them! Stop them, Shadow! I'll confess. I'll tell you. Yeah, we killed Singing Jim. It was Spike.
He slugged him in that alley, yeah.
You dirty squealer.
Don't move, Spike. One false move.
Wait a minute, they're gonna get
These tormented people will kill you. Mary, Lame Bill. Wait. Wait, everybody. This is your last chance. There's a blackboard behind you, Spike. There's a piece of chalk. Write your confession to the murder of Singing Jim and sign it. Write what I dictate to you.
You'll win, Shadow.
We, Spike Grogan and Marty Nelson,
We, Spike Rogan,
confess
Marty Nelson,
that on Tuesday night at 5 o'clock,
confess that on Tuesday
we
night...
did willfully beat
5 o'clock.
Singing Jim
we
to
did
death
willfully beat
with a blackjack.
Singing Jim to death. What a blackjack.
Sign it. Now you, Marty.
Okay.
There. Now what, Shadow?
Walk to that back door. Open it. Call to the police in the alley. Tell them to come and get you.
Well, it's locked. You locked it and took the key.
I unlocked it again. Go with Spike Grogan, Marty. Beyond that door, a blindfolded woman with a sword in one hand and finely balanced scales in the other waits for you. You've mocked her long enough, but she is patient because her name is Justice, and her revenge for your mockery will be death.
You have been listening to a dramatized version of one of the many copyrighted stories which appear in the Shadow magazine.
The weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. The Shadow knows.
All the characters and all the places named are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow knows.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Shadow will be with you in a moment. But first, have you heard the big news about the non-skid tire sensation that protects you against the danger of skidding as never before? This new Goodrich Silvertown was turned over to the nation's largest independent testing laboratory, the Pittsburgh Testing Laboratory. Test this new kind of tire against the regular and premium price tires of America's 6 largest tire manufacturers were the orders. And here's what the impartial engineers found. The new Goodrich Silvertown gave greater skid resistance than any other tire tested, even those priced at from 40% to 70% more. Furthermore, this new Silvertown averaged 19.1% more non-skid mileage than the other tires tested in its own price range, which means you get every 6th mile free. And remember, the Goodrich Silvertown offers you both Lifesaver Tread skid protection and Golden Ply blowout protection at no extra cost. The Shadow, Lamont Cranston, a man of wealth, a student of science, and a master of other people's minds, devotes his life to righting wrongs, protecting the innocent, and punishing the guilty. Using advanced methods that may ultimately become available to all law enforcement agencies, Cranston is known to the underworld as the Shadow. Never seen, only heard, as haunting to superstitious minds as a ghost, as inevitable as a guilty conscience. The Shadow's true identity is known only to his constant friend and aide, Margot Lane. Today's story, The Message from the Hill.
Hand me that map, Jake.
Okay, boss. Spread it out on the table, Jordan.
Okay. Now, let's check the whole thing once more.
All right. Now, here's the bloomin' desert island we're camped on right now.
Yeah, it ain't so much bigger than that dot at that.
Oh, shut up, Jake. And here's Swaneo Island.
Righto. There's Mount Raleigh and that blessed diamond mine right smack in the middle. See, Jake? 3 weeks from the coast and government house by trail. Isolated, you might say.
All right, Limey. Is our plane in good shape?
Top hole.
You're sure you can find that mountain?
Well, I've flown up there often enough.
Limey, we don't want to get tangled up with the mining company's plane.
We won't. The plane goes up from the coast on Friday, comes back on Saturday. We pays our little visit to the diamond mine in between.
You're sure they ship the diamonds out every 3 months?
Listen, Jordan. I've worked for those fat-headed birds for over a year. I know.
Well, looks foolproof to me.
And there's enough diamonds in one of them shipments to keep us all like aristocrats.
Are the rest of the native boys in good shape, Jake?
Yeah, boss. The cream of the South Seas.
They can fight?
They may have to. That blasted Major White said, what's the chief? He's a tough old bird, he is.
Oh, we'll take care of him.
Wonder what he'll say when he sees me again.
Well, why worry? He won't talk long.
What do you mean, boss?
I mean that when we get through and ready to leave, we'll wipe out every one of the white men.
That's the ticket, Jordan. Don't leave no witnesses. They'll all be corpses.
Here we are, Miss Lane, at the Mount Raleigh Diamond Mine.
Nice landing, Rick, here.
Well, thanks awfully, Mr. Cranston.
Oh, here comes a nice-looking boy to greet us.
It's Ned Fenton, the assistant superintendent of the Diamond Mine. Hi, Ned. Visitors for you.
Well, this is jolly.
Miss Lane, may I present Ned Fenton?
How do you do?
How do you do?
And Mr. Lamont Cranston, Mr. Fenton.
How do you do?
Very glad to be here.
It's lovely here on your mountaintop.
Glad you like it. Let me help you down, Miss Lane.
Oh, thanks.
Here you are.
I suppose this is one of the few really secluded places left on the Earth's surface.
I imagine it is. By the way, Ned, where are the others?
Well, Major Whiteside's off in the hills with the 3 junior engineers. See them all at mess tonight. Leave the mail sack there, Ricky. Tango will haul it in.
By the way, how is Tenga? Still down in the mouth?
Oh, frightful, poor old chap.
Who is Tenga?
What's the matter with him?
Oh, Tenga's our houseman, butler, cook, and so on. He's mourning for his son who lives on a small island about 1,000 miles from here.
Poor fellow. When did he hear?
A month ago. Same night he thinks the boy died.
But I thought you had no wireless station here.
No, we haven't.
Then...
Tenga's wife told him by telepathy.
Told him? You mean he believes his son dead because of a mental message sent by telepathy?
Yes, ridiculous, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, come now, Mr. Cranston. You don't believe such rot.
Well, frankly, I don't think it is all rot. I believe when two minds are in tune, sometimes they can communicate.
Across 1,000 miles of ocean.
From the ends of the earth.
Oh, after
Don't
all,
laugh too loudly, Mr. Fenton. Your disbelief might get a rude shock if you stay in the Orient long. You can never tell what strange things may happen today, tonight.
Tenga! Tenga! Oh, confound the fellow. No good lately.
We heard about his mourning for his son.
Yes, to be sure. You know, I've told Tenga there can't be any truth to his notion, but that doesn't alter his belief.
Excuse me, sir. Here comes the old man now.
Yes, Master Whiteside. You call?
We'll have our coffee now, Tenga.
Yes, Master. I bring it.
A fine old type. A chieftain, I imagine, his own island.
Well, I can't say, Mr. Cranston. Tenga's a good houseman. That's all I know about him.
Major, Ricky tells us that on his flight next week he takes out your quarterly shipment of diamonds.
Yes. Sending off a sizable packet of the stones. They accumulate in 3 months.
Isn't it risky letting them accumulate? I should think crooks might be tempted to lie in wait and pounce.
Oh, nonsense, Cranston. Takes 3 months to reach us by trail.
Couldn't they take a hint from you and use a plane?
Can't see how. There's no plane but ours the whole island. None nearer than Australia, I should fancy.
Major...
Now, if you'll forgive me, I'll take a squint at my mail from the office.
No, of course. You other boys must want to read yours, too.
Oh, thanks awfully, Miss Lane. There is one from home I'm aching to get.
Well, by Joe.
Anything wrong, Major?
No, nothing wrong. Just deuced odd, that's all.
I bring coffee now, Master Whiteside.
Oh, yes. Tenga.
Yes, Master.
I have a letter from the office. Message for you in it. The fact of the matter is, your wild guess was right. Your son did die a month ago.
Oh, no.
Yes, Master, I know. Tinga's wife tell him boy dead.
I say, Tenga, we're awfully sorry.
Thank you, Master Ned.
Well, that'll be all, Tenga. We'll help ourselves. You may go.
Yes, Master. Tinga, go.
Oh, fancy that now.
I said that in the East the unbelievable always happens. Now, will you excuse me? I think I must speak to Tenga, sir.
Well, whatever for?
I'd like to give the old man a few words of consolation.
Oh, I say, that won't do. We never have personal dealings with the natives, Cranston. Bad for discipline, you know. I'm afraid I must ask you to refrain.
Why, naturally, Major, if you wish. Margot, supposing you and I go out and look at the moon.
Why, of course, Lamont. Lovely tonight.
I'll open the screen door for you.
Well, what do you think of the Major, Lamont?
Fine example of a ruler in the empire on which the sun just doesn't set.
It's not very nice of him forbidding you to speak to Tenga.
Oh, I don't mind. At least he can't forbid the shadow doing so.
You mean you'll go to Tenga as the shadow?
Yes, Margot.
Yes.
But, Lamont, you'll scare the poor old man silly. Lamont, where are you? Speak to me.
It's all right, Margot. I'm on my way to talk to Tenga as the shadow. Do not be afraid, Tenga.
Why should Tenga fear?
Many fear the shadow because they cannot see him.
The shadow is strange magic. Tenga not understand. But an old man whose son has gone down in the land of dead fears nothing anymore.
The shadow weeps for you.
The tears of friend are balm to the heart.
Is not your sorrow greater tonight because the letter has come making your son's death certain?
No. Tenga need not white man's foolish letter.
The white major does not understand how you could communicate with your wife across the waters.
White men do not know wisdom and magic.
Some white men know.
That may be. I do not know.
You do not question the shadow. You do not ask where I come from.
No. The young and foolish question. The old take what comes.
Soon I shall be gone. Far away toward the sea. But Tenga, though I am far off, I will still be your friend.
Then our souls will speak to each other again when we are troubled.
Yes. For when two spirits are in tune, the waters of the earth and the many miles of forest do not part them. They can still meet and speak.
And then, Miss Lane, the Roger backed down and paid for every one of the cows.
Oh, how interesting, Governor.
Yes, must tell that yarn to Cranston.
Yes, indeed. Why, that's funny. I thought he was dancing with Lady Brainford.
No, I saw him going to the garden a moment ago. Your friend's a very restless chap, isn't he?
Not ordinarily, Governor, but I must confess that he certainly has been jumpy this evening.
Perhaps the flight back from the hills upset him.
Oh, I don't think so, Governor. Well, if you'll excuse me, I think I'll go and try to find him.
Aye, certainly, Miss Lane.
Lamont Cranston.
Oh? Yes? What is it?
It's I, Margot Lane.
Oh, you, Margot.
Yes, what are you doing down here on the beach by yourself?
Margot, shh. Listen.
Listen. I can't hear anything.
Nothing at all?
Well, just the waves lapping on the shore. There's nothing else to hear.
But there is, Margot. You've just interrupted a very interesting conversation.
Interrupted? But Lamont, there's no one here for you to talk to. Who was it?
Tenga.
Tenga. You mean that old native up at the mine?
Yes, Margot.
But it doesn't seem possible. He's 100 miles away.
In the Orient, Margot, many strange things happen. All evening I've been restless. I had the feeling someone was trying to speak to me. I came out here to put myself in a receptive mood.
Well, what did Tenga say, Lamont?
Your coming disturbed me, and the contact was broken.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes. But just as you called out, Tenga spoke of danger.
Danger?
Yes, something to do with the Mount Raleigh diamond mine. Must establish contact with him quickly. Sit down here beside me.
Yes, Lamont.
Now, clear your mind, Margot. Think of Tenga. Think of the hills about the mining camp. Listen.
Shadow.
Ah. There. Can you hear him now?
Yes. Yes, I think so.
Master Shadow. Master Shadow. Tenga calls you, Master.
I can hear you, Tenga.
I can hear, too.
Tenga, speak. Tell Shadow. There is danger?
Yes, Shadow. White men come to mine. Make war.
White men? Strangers?
Yes, Shadow. Bad white men. Come rob. Come kill.
Where did the strangers come from?
Bad white man come in big skybird.
An airplane?
Yes. They come with gun. Money gun. They want rob stones from mine.
Yes, Tenga?
Master White Stone fix skybird.
Fix the plane? How, Tenga?
Fix so no cannot fly. Bad white man shoot master for this. Kill him.
How horrible.
Tenga, how many bad white men are there?
Many as fingers on one hand and 3 more.
8.
They say kill Master Ned. Kill Tenga. Kill everyone. Native boys fear. Run to hills. Bad man lock masters in house. Tenga call Shadow. Bring help.
Yes, Tenga, yes. The Shadow will bring help.
Hurry, Master Shadow. Come quick. Hurry. Hurry.
He's gone. Come, Margot, quickly.
What can you do?
Those bandits are stuck up in the mountains. Major Whiteside wrecked their plane. They can't escape. But they killed Whiteside. We must hurry before they kill all the others.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's danger ahead for the Shadow, and he's ready for the consequences. But who knows what danger lurks in your path as you roll along over a wet, glistening highway?
The Shadow knows today's high-speed, slippery, oil-filmed roads, and quick-acting brakes all spell SKID. Is a treacherous car-spinning skid just around the corner for you? Or are you going to play safe?
To fight this dangerous hazard that killed and injured thousands of motorists last year, to protect you in the hazard zone of motoring, where a slippery film of water may make complete command of your car almost impossible, Goodrich has developed the new Safety Silvertown with the special skid protection of the Lifesaver Tread. This new development in tread actually dries wet roads. Its never-ending spiral bars act like a battery of windshield wipers. Sweep the water right and left. Force it out through deep grooves. Make a dry track for the rubber to grip. And remember, motorists, you needn't take anybody's word for how fast this tire will stop you. One free demonstration ride will prove to you that the new Silvertown will stop you quicker, safer than you've ever stopped before, no matter how wet the going is. Many of your friends right here in town have already discovered what it means to be saved by a Silvertown stop. They'll all tell you that Silvertowns below mean greater safety above. Don't take chances. Protect your family, your car, and your friends. Ride on the new Goodrich Safety Silvertown tires.
Governor, you've got to listen to me. I tell you, I know.
Ridiculous, Mr. Cranston.
Governor, your friends, those men in the hills, they may be killed.
My dear Miss Lane, it's impossible for you to know anything about what's going on up there. Impossible.
I told you, Governor. Tenga spoke to us.
Please, Mr. Cranston, you can't ask me to believe that.
Yes, it's true.
I heard Tenga too, Governor.
Pure imagination, my dear.
Give me a plane and some armed men, then we'll find out if it's imagination.
The plane, Mr. Cranston, is for official business only. Not for any silly joyride.
But it isn't silly. Tenga called us through mental telepathy, the oldest wireless in the world.
Now, Cranston, I think I've listened to this cock and bull story long enough. I'll get back to my guest.
Just lend me the plane first.
No, I won't lend it to you. And I'll put a guard around it in case you have any crazy schemes about grabbing it.
But, Governor, these bandits...
The bandits, my dear, are creatures of Mr. Cranston's imagination, nothing more. Please excuse me. I must give my orders to the guard.
You may regret this, Governor.
I doubt it, Mr. Cranston. If you ask me, you'd better consult the doctor. Touch of the sun, no doubt.
Oh, Lamont, what can we do?
Do, Margot? We're going up to that mine.
But how?
We're flying, taking the plane.
But you heard the governor. He's putting guards around the plane.
Guards, Margot, have never yet managed to stop the shadow.
Say, Corporal.
What is it?
Sitting in this hangar guarding the plane. Ain't it kind of silly?
It ain't for you to question the governor's orders.
No, sir, but... Well, who's going to meddle with the plane?
Never mind that. Orders is orders.
Oh, yes, sir. Hey, someone's opening the small door.
Who's there?
I don't see anyone.
Tain't no one, I guess.
Maybe the wind blew the door open and shut.
Wind, there's no sign of it, Breeze.
Oh, maybe whoever it was saw us and stayed outside.
Just keep your eyes on that plane.
Yes, sir. Hey, Corporal, look at the hangar door.
Why, it's sliding back.
Yeah, nobody's near it.
Who's there? Answer, I said I'll shoot.
I'm afraid you can't hit anything, soldier.
Who spoke?
Corporal, it's spooks.
Yes, my friend, something like that.
I'm getting out of here.
Blimey, this ain't regulations, you know.
Leave before it's too late.
Yes, sir, I'm leaving.
Wait for me.
Lamont!
Come on, Margot. Coast is clear. Hurry.
Oh, those poor soldiers. They're still running.
Get in, Margot, before they come back.
Yes, I'm with you.
I'll run her right through the open door and take off.
All right.
Shut the door.
Yes.
Thank heaven this plane's got an automatic starter.
Hurry.
Strap your belt. Here we go.
Oh, I hope we're in time, Shadow.
Here come some men now. They heard the plane landing.
They're strangers and they have guns.
No doubt they're the robbers. The plane's a surprise to them.
Yes.
There'll be another surprise later. They'll be hardly expecting the shadow.
No.
Now remember, Margot, you're alone. No one on the coast suspects what's happening here.
I'll remember. Be careful, Shadow.
Here they come.
Don't move. Drop your hands.
Hi.
Come on, now drag that pilot out of here, Jake.
What's the matter?
Hey, boss. It's a woman.
Well, what is this? What's the matter? I don't know you.
Here, let me in there. Why, a girl.
Alone?
Yeah, look.
Hey, what are you doing here, sister?
Oh, please, put down that gun.
Answer my question.
Why, I borrowed the plane and flew up to see a friend, Ned Fenton.
Well, your friend ain't receiving, sister. But thanks very much for the plane. Bring her out, Jake.
Sure. Come on, babe, and keep those pretty paws up.
Very well.
There she is.
Now, come on, miss. Jump down here.
This is a hold-up, isn't it?
You catch on quick.
Limey, can you fly this crate?
Sure, easy.
But I used up all the gas.
There's gas over in that shack, Limey. Fill her up. We'll bump off the rest of these mining guys and get out of here.
I'll get the gas right away.
All right, Jake. Bring the dame. I want to talk to her.
Okay, boss. Come on, you.
I'm coming. Let go of my arm.
Come on, get over here.
So the plane was welcome, was it? I doubt if its invisible passenger will be. No, you killers. You will not like the shadow.
Hey, you. Bozo, what's your name?
Tenga.
Yeah? Well, Tenga, the boss says to get him a couple of drinks. And fast, you hear me?
Tenga here.
Scram. Pep it up.
Pigs.
Tenga? Tenga?
Who calls? The shadow?
Yes, Tenga. I am here.
Shadow come to save Master Ned and White Master.
Yes, Tenga. The shadow promised when he spoke across the mountains. He is here to help.
Yes, Shadow.
Tell me, where have the bandits put Master Ned and our other friends?
They locked in room main bungalow. Chief of robbers in room outside with gun.
Take him the drinks he orders, Tenga. The shadow will follow you into the room.
Yes, Shadow. Drinks ready. Shadow come?
Yes, Tenga. But do not speak to me with others near.
No. Tenga knows. Shadow stay hidden.
Lead the way, Tenga.
They are in here, Shadow.
Hey, Tenga, what are you whispering about out there?
Nothing, Master.
Who are you talking to?
No one, Master. See, no one here.
Yeah? Well, come on in here with that bottle.
Don't grab the poor old man like that.
You keep quiet, sister.
Hey, boss. The old guy must have money in the bank. He was talking to himself.
Tenga go now.
Okay, beat it. Now, don't hang around outside.
If we catch you trying to help those English guys, I'll slit your throat.
Tenga go.
How long do you expect to keep me here?
Just as long as we want, sister. Maybe we'll take you along when we leave, as hostage.
I'd rather stay here.
There won't be nothing left here, lady, but stiffs.
Hey, look, sister. You see that little package on the table?
Yes?
Well, that's got enough diamonds in it to make us all rich.
Jordan.
Hey, well, what is it, Lammy?
I got bad news.
Did you fill up the plane with gas?
That's just it. While I went for the gas, somebody monkeyed with the works. All three motors.
Hey, what goes here?
Say, you, sister. Are you trying to pull a fast one on me?
Don't be ridiculous. I haven't been near those motors since I landed.
That's right, boss. Who could have fixed them motors?
I don't know, but we got to find those missing parts if we're going to get out of here.
Well, how about taking parts from our plane?
There's nothing left to take. Old Major Whiteside went to work on our motors with an axe.
Hey, wait a minute. I'll bet one of them guys in the next room got out and did it.
Oh, how could they? With two guards outside the window? Jake, you go with Limey and try to find that stuff. And leave the machine gun on the table.
Okay, boss. Come on, Jake.
Yeah, right.
Now, listen to me, sister.
Yes?
Was there someone hiding here beside you in the plane? Someone hiding?
I was not hiding, Jordan, but you could not see me.
Who said that?
I am the shadow.
Shadow? Well, where are you anyway?
Here, Jordan. Here in the shadows. But you cannot see me. Your plan to steal the diamonds has failed.
The devil it has.
Look. Look on the table.
The diamonds. They're gone.
I've taken them, Jordan, just as I took the parts from the motors in the plane. You cannot escape.
Shadow, my friends are locked in this room.
Get away from that door, doll, before I throttle you.
No, my friend. Let the girl go.
Help! He's drowning.
Oh,
Shadow, you...
I knocked him out, Margot. Now I must leave things in your hands. I cannot reveal my presence here as the shadow to our friends. But I will be here watching in the shadows. Now, unlock the door and let our friends out. The key is in the lock.
Yes. Hurry, men. Come on out.
Lane, how in the world?
Never mind that. Hurry. Take the machine gun over there. You must arm yourselves.
There's plenty of guns in the closet there.
Jordan, the leader's lying there unconscious, but the others are still free and dangerous.
Righto. Let's have that Tommy gun, Miss Lane.
Here it is.
We'll give them a reception. Miss Lane, you'd better go in the next room there. There'll be bullets flying in here.
All right.
Yes. Hey, boss! Hey, boss! We can't find him. Hey, Jake.
Throw up your hands.
What is this?
Hands up, I say.
Not me, you... Hey, Neddy's got a pistol.
Yes, that's for Major Whiteside. Now, come on, fellows. Let's get the others.
All right, right you are. Come on.
Shadow, are you still here?
Yes, Tenga, I'm here.
Then you see Master Ned kill bad men?
Yes, Ned had no alternative. They tried to fight. Look through the window, Tenga. Another bad man die. Others fly towards jungle.
They go also to their death. Listen.
Native drums. Ah, Tenga, I understand.
Yes, Master. Boys in jungle know these white men bad. They glad to kill them.
Their leader, Jordan, there, will live only a little longer. Then he will die at the hands of the authorities. He planned well, but he forgot one thing.
Yes, Shadow. He forgot Shadow and Tinga speak together no matter where he is, no matter where I am.
Yes, Tenga. And he forgot crime always brings its own penalty. No matter whether justice is brought about by means of mental telepathy, recognized detective forces, or the shadow.
You have been listening to a dramatized version of one of the many copyrighted stories which appear in the Shadow magazine.
The weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. The shadow knows.
All the characters and all the places named are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow knows.
Ladies and gentlemen, before the Shadow begins his next adventure, I want to tell you that the big news going the rounds among motorists these days is about the amazing Goodrich Silvertown tire with the Lifesaver tread. It's the talk of the nation. Yes, this new kind of tire stops you quicker in any wet weather emergency than you've ever stopped before. And here's the secret, the reason why this tire resists skidding on the slipperiest roads. The tread is grooved with never-ending spiral bars. Those spiral bars act like a battery of windshield wipers. They sweep water right and left, force it out through the deep drainage grooves, make a dry track for the rubber to grip. No wonder this new Silvertown is the talk of the nation, the safest thing on wheels. It costs no more to give your family this life-saving protection. Equip your car with Goodrich Safety Silvertowns now. The Shadow, Lamont Cranston, a man of wealth, a student of science, and a master of other people's minds, devotes his life to righting wrongs, protecting the innocent, and punishing the guilty. Cranston is known to the underworld as the Shadow. Never seen, only heard. His true identity is known only to his constant friend and aide, Margot Lane. Today's story, The Tenor with the Broken Voice.
I just adore hearing Pagliacci. It seems to be the most...
Lamont, this is delightful. I'm so glad we're going to hear Pagliacci. It's my favorite opera.
It is beautiful, Margot. You know, they say this young tenor, Hagen Radcliffe, has a gorgeous voice.
I hear he's marvelous. He should be magnificent in that closing aria of the first act, Vesti da Juba.
Oh, the curtain's
We'd better go.
That's why I can get in. I think it's going to be late for work. All right.
La gente paga per ridevole qua. Ai, se chi vola colombina, ridi Pagliaccia, e ognuna applauderà. Tra i musica e la massima spasso il bianco, in una spazio signata e il d'amor. Ridi, Pagliaccia, ma il tuo volto in
Lamont, what happened?
I'm afraid Radcliffe's voice is cracked, my dear. This is tragic.
Madonna Maria, my beautiful voice is gone. 10 years of study in slavery, and now nothing. My life is ended.
How sad, Lamont. They're leading him off the stage.
Good evening, Margot.
Good evening, Lamont. What are you listening to on the radio?
Don't you recognize it, Margot? The opera Pagliacci.
Oh, yes. And it's being broadcast from that same opera house where Hagen Radcliffe's voice cracked during the closing aria, the first act we heard last week.
Yes. Too bad. Just as Radcliffe had reached the end of the long ladder that leads to fame, his voice should fail. But, Margot, I'm not quite sure that we've seen the end of that tragedy.
Why, what do you mean, Lamont?
Just that a great tragedy invariably has repercussions. You might like it to throwing a stone in a quiet pond. There's never just one ripple. There are waves of them. But I'm afraid I'm becoming morbid. Who's singing the tenor role in Pagliacci tonight? You know?
Harley Fitz.
Oh,
He
yes.
has quite a lovely voice, too, hasn't he? This is that same aria that Hagen Radcliffe's voice cracked on last week.
Turn up the radio a bit, Margot.
Yes, I will.
What happened?
Ladies and gentlemen, we regret that this brings the broadcast of Pagliacci to a close.
What?
There's been a tragedy at the opera. A sandbag fell from the ceiling, hitting Harley Fisk, the tenor, killing him instantly. We now return you to our studios.
Oh, Lamont, how ghastly.
See, my dears, I said the ripples of the stone falling in the quiet pond starting to spread.
Then you think this has a connection with what happened to Radcliffe last week?
This is no time to think, Margot. I'm going to investigate.
Oh, Lamont, can the shadow never rest?
Not as long as crime and outrage never rest.
Hello?
Hello, Commissioner Weston?
Yes?
This is Clyde Burke of the Classic. Say, Commissioner, what about the death of Harley Fisk at the Opera House last night?
Well, what about it? A very regrettable accident.
Maybe. But listen, Commissioner, there's a story in here somewhere. Just the week before, Hagen Radkoff was singing that same song when he lost his voice for good.
Yes, I know that.
Well, we figured on running a story on how maybe that song is jinxed. And we wanted a statement from you. You know, they're planning to do the same opera again tomorrow night.
Of all the cheap sensationalism. You can't expect me to be a party to such a story.
Why not?
Good day, Mr. Burke.
Commissioner Weston, you signed these orders for the traffic detail?
Yes, Hello.
Good morning, Commissioner Weston.
Oh, it's you, Shadow. What do you want now?
I have some suggestions for you. You know they are doing Pagliacci again tonight.
So I've been told.
Weston, you must be sure at least 2 squads of detectives cover every section of the Opera House. Afraid there'll be trouble again during the singing of the closing aria.
No, I won't do that, Shadow.
Weston, you're a very foolish man. There is catastrophe in the cards for tonight. You can prevent it if you follow my instructions.
Shadow, I don't need you or any other man to tell me how to run this office.
Commissioner Weston, didn't your grandmother ever tell you that old saying, there are none so blind as those who will not see? My grandmother did, and again I say it is absolutely imperative that you have a detail guarding the Opera House tonight.
It's absolutely ridiculous, and I'm too busy to discuss it any further.
Isn't it exciting? Did you read that story in the Classic about the opera Pagliacci?
Yes, I did. You know, my husband usually goes to sleep every time we come here to the Opera House. But tonight, my dear, he's positively sitting on the edge of his chair.
Oh, can you blame him?
Well, Henry, do you think the tragedies will repeat themselves?
Well, we'll know in a few minutes. Curtain's just about to go up on the first act.
Yes, so I understand. Oh, say, isn't that Commissioner Weston coming in?
Hey, George, it is. Say, maybe there is something in this after all. Oh, good evening, Commissioner.
Good evening.
Good evening. You here to try and stop another tragedy, Commissioner?
Absurd. There's nothing to that tragedy nonsense. I'm here solely to listen to the music, and I wouldn't have even done that if my wife hadn't insisted.
Did you hear what he said?
Well, I guess there's nothing to it then.
We could have stayed home and played bridge, too.
Yeah.
Curtain going up. Curtain going up.
Well, I wonder if it'll happen tonight. Here's the fatal aria now, dear.
La gente paga e ridevole qua, sei
la fila spasso del pianto, in una smile pigliato nel damar,
Clear the stage instantly and ring down the asbestos curtain.
Pay no attention to that man. I warned you today, Shadow.
Yes.
What is this?
This is the voice of the shadow. And possibly the citizens of this city have more faith in me than the commissioner has. Clear the stage immediately and ring down the asbestos curtain.
Yes, do what he says. Shadow. Shadow, bring down the curtain.
Well, there goes the curtain down. I wonder what next.
Listen to me. Listen to me once again, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be afraid. There will not be another explosion, and the fire will be kept backstage by the asbestos curtain. Begin leaving in orderly fashion. Obey the ushers, and no one will be hurt. As regards these calamities, you have my word as the shadow that I will not rest until I have solved this mystery of the opera.
Ladies and gentlemen, if the Shadow makes a false step now, he'll be playing right into the hands of his enemies. And remember, every time you drive in the rain on worn, smooth tires, you may be playing into the hands of a dangerous skid. Who knows what may happen?
The shadow knows. Beware. Thousands killed or injured. Cars wrecked. That's the price American motorists pay every year when tires lose their grip and skid on wet, slippery pavements.
Yes, motorists. Don't risk that sickening, pit-of-the-stomach feeling that comes when your car suddenly swerves out of control. For remember, this new Goodrich Silvertown is the only tire with the Lifesaver tread, the amazing skid protection that will stop you quicker, safer in a wet road emergency than you've ever stopped before. The nation's largest independent testing laboratory proved this by testing this new Silvertown against both regular and premium price tires of the 5 other leading tire manufacturers. The engineers of the impartial Pittsburgh Testing Laboratory found that no tire tested, regardless of price, came up to the Goodrich Silvertown in skid resistance. And when you know that Silvertowns also give you the famous Golden Ply blowout protection, is it any wonder that it's called the safest thing on wheels? Put Goodrich Safety Silvertowns on your car now and play safe.
Gentlemen, we have called this meeting of the Board of Directors of the Opera Company because we feel that there now exists a crisis and we directors must come to an immediate decision. You're all aware of the regrettable events of the past week. And gentlemen, we must decide whether or not to suspend opera for the balance of the season. I call on Commissioner Weston, who has kindly considered to come here this evening and advise me. Commissioner Weston.
Well, gentlemen, I'm placed in an awkward position. I realize that to close the Opera House for the balance of the season will mean that a number of people will lose their jobs. Not only the stars, but many who can ill afford it. Stagehands, ushers, porters, extras, and many others who are necessary to an institution of this size. But, gentlemen, the question is, dare you continue?
That is indeed the question, Commissioner. Gentlemen, Mr. Hagen Radcliffe has also considered to appear before us this evening and give his opinion. Mr. Radcliffe.
Gentlemen, my heart is very sad. Not only because I lose my beautiful voice, but also these tragedies that happen when the opera Pagliacci is sung. But I do not think you have to close the opera house. It is only Pagliacci that must close. Because if Pagliacci is never given again, these terrible accidents will finish.
Yes, that makes sense. Why couldn't we just eliminate Pagliacci?
Because, gentlemen, these tragic events are not accidents.
Who said that?
I know that voice. The shadow is here.
The shadow? Here?
Yes, gentlemen. Here in the shadows.
Shadow, what do you know about these tragedies in the opera?
Enough, Commissioner Weston, to realize the person who started this reign of terror
will never stop until he is brought to justice. You would be content for a time if you discontinued Pagliacci, but the burning, blistering hate that motivates him would force him to strike again and again.
Look here, Shadow. If you have any information, you're obstructing justice in not turning it over to me.
At present, Commissioner, I've only a theory. But I will solve these tragedies for you within the next 48 hours.
Commissioner Weston, I do not agree with the Shadow. I believe Pagliacci is cursed, and that it is only that area that will bring tragedies.
Mr. Radcliffe, although many times I don't agree with the Shadow, I must admit he has helped me solve many tough cases.
Thank you, Commissioner Weston. I will trap this killer for you if you'll do exactly as I say. Tomorrow night, you must once again give the opera Pagliacci.
Gentlemen, have there not been tragedies enough?
Shadow, what do you intend to do if Pagliacci is sung again?
I cannot tell you my plans, Commissioner, but you must trust me. Remember, the Shadow has never failed you yet.
Well, gentlemen, though I hesitate to advise you to do this, nevertheless, in my opinion, this is a case for the Shadow.
Thank you again, Commissioner.
But, Shadow, if there are any tricks...
There will be none. Gentlemen, will you do as I ask? Will you give Pagliacci again a week from tonight? If you do so, arrange to keep Box 7 vacant. For Box 7 will be occupied by the Shadow.
We had best take a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
No, never.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Radcliffe. You have no vote. Only the directors are entitled to vote.
But you cannot do this. Pagliacci is cursed. It started by breaking my voice. Death will follow it every time.
Mr. Radcliffe,
no,
we know how you
cannot
feel.
Do.
Understand the strain you're under as a result of the recent events. But try to calm yourself, sir.
I'm sorry, gentlemen. I'm sorry.
Will one of you gentlemen assist Mr. Radcliffe to his home, please?
I'll be glad to.
Calling Margot Lane. Calling Margot Lane. We have important work to be done tonight. Meet me in front of the Opera House at 12:30. That is all.
Good evening, Mike. Kind of nice tonight.
Ah, it is that. Sure hate to go inside and make me rounds.
Well, Mike, aren't you a little scared having to guard the Opera House at night after all them killings?
Oh, sure, I've been night watchman here at the Opera House for going on 8 years now. I ain't going to start trembling at this late date.
Well, I guess you're safe as long as you don't start singing that mystery song.
Ah, never a bit of fear of that. The Wearing of the Green is the only tune I ever sing. Well, good night, my lad. I must make another inspection tour of the Opera House. Have a saint preserve us. This here Opera House is the darkest spot in the world. Who's that? I see you over there.
All right, Mike.
Oh, I didn't know it was you, sir.
Come here a minute, Mike. I want to show you something.
Yes, sir,
Oh, don't do that, sir. Not to me. Oh, the knife, sir.
No one will stand in my path. Now I will complete my work in Box 7. So, the electric cord runs from the asbestos curtain, and I connect it here to the powder. Tomorrow, let the Shadow call for them to lower the asbestos curtain, and his own words will seal his doom. He will blow the Opera House to pieces.
Well, Margot, the Opera House isn't quite so glittering at this hour.
Oh, so dark it almost seems haunted.
It is haunted in a sense, Margot. Haunted perhaps by the ghost of the immortal Caruso, come to sing at last duet with his great friend Shayapin.
Lamont, look over there. The body on the floor.
The night watchman. He's been stabbed. Killer has struck again.
Lamont, when will this end?
If my plans work, tomorrow we'll see this atrocious murderer brought to justice.
Why? Why did he kill the watchman?
Probably the watchman discovered him before we arrived, but you'd better go home now. I'll send for an ambulance.
Oh, Lamont, please be careful.
Don't worry, Margot. The killer will not return tonight. She'll be here for tomorrow's opera. I have a ticket for you in Box 6. I will be in Box 7, in the shadows.
Commissioner Weston.
Well, Shadow, you don't seem to be able to do much about this opera killer. Thanks to my trust in you, the night watchman was almost killed last night. If someone hadn't given him first aid before the ambulance arrived, he'd surely have died. As it is, he'll be unconscious for 3 days.
Weston, I gave that watchman the necessary treatment that saved his life. I will unmask the killer at tonight's performance of Pagliacci.
There isn't going to be any performance of Pagliacci tonight. I'm going to force them to cancel it and close the opera house for the balance of the season.
Weston, you can't do that. You'll only turn this atrocious killer into other channels. He's at the breaking point now. Unless he is captured, he will soon terrorize every place of entertainment, the whole entertainment world. You must do as I say. I will see that no harm comes to anyone at tonight's performance. But only if you follow my instructions.
Well, I'm a fool to trust you, Shadow. But what do you want me to do?
Arrange to have everyone connected with the opera company present at tonight's concert. All singers, even the members of the board. You personally assign their seats to them and station a plainclothes man on each side of every one of them.
Well, all right, Shadow, I'll do it. But this is your last chance.
Unless I underestimate this murderous madman, it is indeed my last chance, Commissioner. Goodbye.
Well, my dear, I didn't expect to find you here, Pagliacci. Aren't you terrified?
No. I think the whole thing was only a series of unfortunate coincidences. After all, if there were any danger, they would hardly repeat the opera tonight.
I heard a rumor that they were doing it at the request of the Shadow. He guarantees to catch the murderer tonight. Oh, isn't it thrilling? I can hardly wait until the fatal aria is sung.
Is everything all set, Cardona?
Everyone connected with the opera company is present and accounted for, Commissioner. I got 2 men detailed, each one of them. Don't seem to be no trouble so far.
No, but the trouble never started until the closing aria of the first act. Be on your toes.
Yes, sir.
Curtain going up. Curtain going up, ladies and gentlemen.
All right,
Curtain
come on.
going up.
Curtain going up.
This is the fatal aria now.
Non so più quel che dico e quel che faccio. Passati, va, e tu festerò. Tu sei Pagliaccio. La giuva e la fascia in farina, la gente paga e ride volle qua.
Stop the performance! Stop the performance instantly!
Bring down the asbestos curtain! This is Commissioner Weston! Bring down the asbestos curtain!
Under no circumstances is that asbestos curtain to be lowered.
Why not?
For reasons you will discover in a moment, Commissioner. Send some men to prevent anyone lowering that curtain. You value your lives and the lives of everyone present.
What's he saying? Shadow, no. The Shadow, don't lower the curtain. Listen to him.
Cardona.
Yes, Commissioner.
Take some men immediately. Get backstage and guard the ropes that control the asbestos curtain.
Yes, sir. Come along, you. Get back there and see no one touches that curtain.
Now, Mr. Radcliffe.
Aye?
Yes, you. You look relieved. You didn't expect Commissioner Weston to order the asbestos curtain lowered, did you?
What do you mean?
You didn't want it lowered until you had a chance to escape out of the theater yourself.
Why should I want to leave the theater?
Because you know that if the curtain were lowered, it would operate a switch and explode the dynamite you planted in this box.
He lies. The Shadow himself planted the gunpowder in that box. He is the guilty one.
Very clever, Radcliffe. But how did you know there was gunpowder? I said there was dynamite. Radcliffe, you were the killer who has been terrorizing the opera house.
That's a lie, a lie!
You were also one of the few who knew that the Shadow would be in box 7. Radcliffe, you are guilty.
Yes, I did it. I did it. I lost my voice in this opera, and with it my chance to be the greatest to ever sing Pagliacci. But I swore then I would be the last, that nobody else would sing it. I would have been too, if it weren't for you. Curse you, Shadow!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last of the opera murders. The stone has sunk at last to the bottom of the pond, and the ripples are ended. The curse of this opera and the dangers attached to the performance have been removed. The people of this city may again enjoy the beauty of the music drama without fear of death.
Listening to a dramatized version of one of the many copyrighted stories which appear in the Shadow magazine, now on sale at your local newsstand.
The weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. The Shadow knows.
All the characters and all the places named are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The Shadow knows.
Ladies and gentlemen, to stay at the top and meet the competition of the underworld's keenest minds, the Shadow has to be still better than any of them. And it's the same way with tires. For years, Goodrich Silver Towns have given motorists the real blowout protection of the Golden Fly. Now, like a true champion, Goodrich offers another important safety feature. The amazing new Lifesaver tread that gives you the quickest non-skid stops you've ever had. This new tread is specially designed to overcome the hazard zone of motoring, where a slippery film of water on the road may make complete command of your car almost impossible. Its never-ending spiral bars sweep the water right and left,
force it out through the deep grooves. Make a dry track for the rubber to grip. Wouldn't you be thankful for a tire like that the next time you're faced with a wet road emergency? Put Goodrich Silvertowns on your car now. The Shadow, Lamont Cranston, a man of wealth, a student of science, and a master of other people's minds, devotes his life to righting wrongs, protecting the innocent, and punishing the guilty. Cranston is known to the underworld as the Shadow. Never seen, only heard. His true identity is known only to his constant friend and aide, Margot Lane. Today's story, Murder on Approval.
Dr. Calanza, I have read your statement.
Yes?
Frankly, I am interested.
I thought you would be, General. Otherwise, I never would have traveled so many thousand miles to see you.
You say that you can infect a large number of persons with a deadly disease at will.
Yes.
That you can cause more deaths in an army than all the guns in the world.
Your Excellency, once let loose, this disease would totally destroy an enemy's morale. With its aid, you can easily overcome any nation in the world.
The general is already ruler of the East.
But he will not stop with his conquest. I am sure His Excellency is planning to extend his powers even further. I can give him victory.
What is this sickness you can spread, Doctor?
I am sorry. That I cannot divulge at this time.
Nor the method of infecting the enemy, Doctor.
Nor that, Your Excellency. And only I know the cure.
Dr. Calanza, your name is not unknown to us. You have been many things. Scientist, adventurer, spy. But you've not always been successful. No.
General, may I suggest that you let me try an experiment on troops of your own choosing?
Troops? I cannot sacrifice my men. If your disease is fatal...
Not on your own soldiers, sir. But why not those of some other power?
That is an idea.
Soldiers of some country you would be glad to humiliate and hurt. Perhaps even invade.
But we are not at war at the present time, Doctor.
Does that matter? General, pick any spot in the world, any well-guarded garrison, and in 2 months, I shall have wiped out that garrison. Choose the spot for my experiment. But perhaps it would be better to choose some country you are interested in, yes?
I see. All right. We will select your guinea pig. Captain, the map.
Yes, sir.
Here's the map. Calanza, do you know this spot on the coast of the United States?
No. But that does not matter.
It is one of their army bases.
A splendid choice, General. It is well guarded, Doctor. All the better to prove my point. I will leave for America at once. In a short time, many American soldiers will die in their barracks. Then, if you wish me to destroy the whole army of the United States, I can do it for you.
Good. Captain, you will make the arrangements with the good doctor, please, to purchase his little methods for murder on approval.
Enjoying yourself, Miss Lane?
Very much, Colonel Torrance. I like the Army.
So I've noticed, Margot. I think you've danced with every officer at the base.
Why not, Lamont? The poor boys are due back inside the post at midnight.
Awfully glad you could come tonight, Miss Lane. I don't get away from the base often myself. You'd be surprised at the trouble a couple of thousand men can manage to get into.
Oh? Trouble, Colonel?
Yes, if it isn't one thing, it's another.
Yesterday, what should crop up but some newfangled disease?
Oh, a new disease?
Nothing serious, I hope. Is it catching?
Well, nobody seems to know much about it. Fortunately, there are only a couple of cases. Dr. Harris isolated the sick men immediately, so the rest of us should be safe enough.
Have I met Dr. Harris, Colonel?
I think so. He's around someplace with a foreign doctor. Yes, the stocky, red-faced officer coming this way.
Oh, yes, I see him.
Harris promised to introduce his guest. Evening, Dr. Harris.
Good evening, sir.
Miss Lane, Dr. Nicholas Harris.
How do you do?
We met at dinner, Doctor.
Oh, yes, Mr. Cranston. Colonel, may I present my friend, Dr. Gregor Kalanza?
You're welcome, Dr. Kalanza.
Thank you kindly.
Lamont, shall we dance?
I'd love it, Margot. Will you excuse us, gentlemen?
Certainly. Well, how are those boys in the hospital, Doctor?
Well, they seemed a little better when I left, sir.
Good. Get him to tell you about that, Dr. Kalanza. A couple of soldiers have caught some strange disease.
Really?
Yes, seems so. They're pretty sick, too. Oh, sorry, my wife is looking for me. I'll see you later.
Yes.
That's quite amusing.
What?
You are to tell me about this strange new disease.
Not so loud.
Oh, nonsense. There's nothing to fear. No one knows anything about us, Harris. Unless you have done some talking.
Is it likely I'd go around telling people that I was betraying my country?
You are being well paid.
I know, but
nothing can happen, Harris. The disease is unknown. It strikes very quickly, and it is fatal within a week.
I'd no idea when we started that I was handling such powerful germs.
That's why I insisted on shooting antitoxin into you. Without it, we would both get the disease.
No, I wish it were over.
Oh, don't worry. In a few days, it will be. And you'll be a rich man, Harris.
Yes, rich. After all these years in the army.
You broke the little glass bottles as I instructed?
Yes, I dropped one of them in the barracks tonight just before I came away.
There are enough germs in those bottles to kill a regiment. You will have some new cases shortly.
Be careful. Here comes one of the lieutenants.
Doctor, have you seen Colonel Tollance?
Why, yes, he's right over there.
Oh, yes. You better come along, sir. You'll be needed. There's trouble at the base.
Trouble?
Yes, hurry, sir.
It seems that our plan is going smoothly, Harris.
Be quiet, will you? Come on over to Colonel Torrance.
Get me inside the base.
All right. Now keep quiet.
Colonel Carr.
Yes?
From the base, sir. Urgent.
Yes, Lieutenant. Let's have it.
Here, sir.
Let me see. Good Lord.
What is it, sir?
The whole barracks has come down with that confounded disease, Harris. 200 men.
They're pretty bad, sir.
It's an epidemic, sir.
Yes, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir.
General order. All officers must report back to post immediately. Emergency.
Yes, sir. The base is already under quarantine, sir.
Good. Announce the recall from the bandstand.
Right away, sir.
Colonel, perhaps Dr. Kalanza could give us a hand. We're going to need every doctor we can get.
I would be delighted, Colonel.
Well, very kind of you.
What's all the excitement, Colonel?
Cranston, you'll have to drive us back at once. The base is hit by an epidemic.
An epidemic?
Yes. Will you have room for Dr. Harris and Dr. Kalanza?
Certainly.
General order! All officers are to report back to post for duty immediately!
Faster, Margot, faster. The colonel's in a hurry.
The car's going as fast as it can, Lamont.
Yes, we'll be there in a minute, Cranston.
Dr. Harris.
Yes?
I say, have you any idea what this mysterious disease might be?
Well, unfortunately, no. That's why I brought Dr. Kalanza along.
From the symptoms described, it is something entirely new in medical science.
We've got to save those men and check the disease.
I'll do my best, sir.
This thing has spread very rapidly, Doctor. It might almost be some new form of Oriental plague.
Oriental plague? Here? In the United States? Whoa, nonsense.
Well, Doctor, I've seen disease spread like wildfire in the Far East. You know, I'd like to take a look at this, Colonel.
Well, I'm afraid that's impossible, Mr. Cranston.
Well, why, Harris?
The post has been quarantined by general order, sir. We can't ignore that order.
But Carlanza's going in.
Yes. I am a doctor, Mr. Cranston.
And besides, Cranston, you might catch the disease.
Well, I don't mind taking that chance.
Well, that's very brave of you, sir, but I'm afraid we can't allow it. The order is definite quarantine against civilians.
Yes, I'm afraid the doctor's right, Lamont. In the Army, orders are orders.
Very well. Just as you say, sir.
Oh, it's just around the bend, Miss Lane.
Pull up alongside the gate.
You are right here, Miss Lane.
All right. Here we are.
Halt! Who goes there?
Colonel Torrance.
Advance if you recognize Colonel Torrance.
Well, thanks for the lift, Lamont.
Don't mention it.
Come on, Dr. Calenza, hurry.
I am ready.
Good night, Miss Lane.
Good night, gentlemen.
I still wish you'd let me go in and take a look around.
Well, I'm afraid that's out of the question entirely, Mr. Cranston. Come on, Calenza.
Coming?
It's nice of you to offer, my boy. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Colonel. Well, I suppose we might as well drive back to the hotel.
Just a moment, Margot. I'm getting out here.
Getting out here? But Lamont...
I'm going to take a look at this disease, Margot. You know, there was a queer look on Carlanza's face when I mentioned it might have an Oriental origin.
Yes, but the sentries won't let you in, Lamont. The place is quarantined.
Well, they'll have a very hard time quarantining a shadow.
Lamont, you mean you're going in there as the shadow?
Yes, Margot. When the car door slams, I shall immediately become the shadow.
Who's there? Say. Now, wait a minute, miss.
Oh, well, you want something, soldier?
Why, I just heard the car door slam. Did somebody get out?
Well, you don't see anybody, do you?
No. No, ma'am, but I thought I saw... Well, I guess it's all right. That's kind of funny. Hey, Joe! Yeah? I could have sworn I saw somebody get out of that car. Anybody go through the gate?
Hey, there's enough floodlights here to light up the entire army. I didn't see a soul.
I don't know. I thought I saw a man, and then just like that, there wasn't anybody there.
You must be getting punchy.
Just lie still.
He's raving again, nurse.
He was all right a minute ago, Dr. Franklin.
My head, it burns. That's the fever. It comes in waves. Moment, he's quite rational.
Who's there? Who broke the glass? I heard a glass break.
Nurse, get Dr. Harris. Maybe he can get that fever down. I can.
Right away, Dr. Franklin.
I've got to go look up those other patients. Shut the door after us, nurse.
I'm on fire. Water. Water, please. Glass. Hear it? Oaken glass.
Steve. Steve, can you hear me? Listen to me.
Who is it? Oh. Someone there?
You must tell me something, Steve. It's important.
Where are you? I can't see.
Don't worry. Even if you can't see me.
There's only a voice.
I'm here, Steve, here in the shadows. Listen to me.
Yes?
Listen. Quickly, before the fever returns. Tell me, why do you keep repeating the words broken glass?
Broken glass.
Yes. Keep saying it over and over. Why?
I don't know.
Think, Steve. Think, what is there about broken glass? Glass. Think, son.
Glass, broken glass. Oh, I know.
Yes?
That's last night in the barracks when all the fellows were asleep.
Yes, Steve?
I woke up. I thought I heard something, and like glass breaking.
In the room, Steve?
Yes, just a little tinkle, like someone had dropped a tiny glass. And then a few hours later, we were all sick. Oh, my head. Who broke glass?
Why, this boy, he's my nephew.
Your nephew?
Yes, my sister's son, Steve. Steve, how do you feel, boy?
This is unfortunate, Harris.
Why, I thought he was home on leave. He wasn't due back this week. Is he fatally ill, Calanza?
Too bad, Harris. I give him 2 days at most.
Oh, no, he can't die.
I am sorry, but it is unavoidable.
Uncle Nick, help me.
Calanza, you've got to do something for him.
Nothing can be done.
Steve, it's Uncle Nick, Steve. I'm here.
Uncle Nick. Oh, help. Please. Glass.
The boy is delirious, Harris.
We must save him.
Impossible. There is no cure.
But Steve is my nephew. Steve.
Be quiet, you fool. Come, let us go to your office.
No, I must stay here.
Come up, I have to drag you. Now, brace up, Harris. Don't lose your nerve. Come on, man.
Broken glass. Oh, Uncle Nick. Someone broken glass.
Yes, Steve. Someone broke glass. And I mean to learn just what your Uncle Nick had to do with it. He and Gregor Calanza.
Calanza, you've got to do something for Steve.
What can I do? I told you the disease was fatal.
But I don't care about the others. Steve's different. He's my sister's son.
So you said. I am sorry.
Calanza, tell me, isn't there some sort of serum?
No.
But you gave me antitoxin.
That was to prevent your catching the fever. It is different. Your nephew is already infected. There is no hope now.
There's got to be.
Harris, pull yourself together. You are being well paid.
I know, but money won't give Steve back to my sister.
I told you I was sorry. But there is nothing to be done. Nothing. I am going back to the wards. The progress of the disease is very interesting.
Oh, don't be so callous.
I am a scientist, Harris. Now get hold of yourself, man. Remember, a soldier died this morning. It is murder now.
Murder?
Yes. And death is the penalty for that. So you'd better keep quiet about it. I will see you later.
Calanza!
Later.
Oh, Steve. Steve.
Weeping won't help Steve, Dr. Harris.
Yes? Who spoke? Who's there?
The shadow. Your nephew is dying, Dr. Harris.
Who are you? Where are you?
I am here, although you cannot see me, Dr. Harris.
What do you want with me?
You and Gregor Calanza are responsible for this disease.
No, you're wrong. I don't know anything about it.
You cannot lie to the shadow, Doctor.
I tell you, I know nothing.
Then your nephew dies, Doctor. Dies horribly.
Oh, stop it, will you? Stop it!
The voice of the shadow is never silent when there is evil.
I won't talk to you. I won't talk to you. I'm getting out of here.
You cannot escape from the shadow.
Leave me alone.
We shall meet again, Dr. Harris. And then...
Here's the test tube you wanted, Dr. Harris.
All right, put it down, man. Put it down.
Yes, sir.
Now leave me alone. I've got to find the serum that will counteract the effect of this fever.
Yes, sir. Good luck, sir.
Let's see, where's that culture? Oh, yes. Now, if this formula will only work.
Hurry, Dr. Harris. Steve is dying.
Oh, you.
You dropped your test tube, Doctor. Just the way you dropped one in the barracks. And spread the germs.
You know that. But I didn't. I didn't.
Tell the truth, Doctor. Think of Steve.
Oh, you fiend. Will you leave me alone? I must find a serum that will cure him.
Only Gregor Calanza can give you that in time. Who is he? Where's he from?
I don't know anything about him.
Is Calanza more to you than your nephew? Speak, man. Calanza got you into this, didn't he? And now Steve is dying. Dying, Harris.
Stop
dying.
it. Stop it. I tell you, I can't stand it. Let me out of here. There. Safe in my room. Oh, wait, I must lock the door. Locked and bolted. Now he can't get in. That voice. Coming from nowhere. Always in my ears. Oh, I'm going crazy. Where's my bag? I've got to get away.
And leave Steve dead behind you, Doctor?
How did you get in here?
I'm with you all the time, Doctor.
Oh, please. Go away. Please leave me in peace.
There is no peace, Doctor, for a man who will let his nephew die in agony.
Oh, I'd save him if I could. Believe me, but I don't know how.
Calanza knows.
But he says there's no cure.
Did you believe him? He had an antitoxin, didn't he? Perhaps he has a serum that will cure the disease once it is developed.
But he told me...
He got you into this crime, didn't he?
Yes. Yes, he promised me wealth. I've always been poor.
Why did he pick this army base for his crime?
Because if he's successful, it means the entire army will be wiped out in this way.
United States Army?
Yes. This disease would wipe out whole armies. Then invasion would be a simple matter. But you can't isolate the germ. There's no cure.
There must be a cure. Calanza would have one.
But he says there is none.
There must be. Make him tell you what it is. Otherwise, your nephew dies.
But I can't help him. Or this country either.
Steve is dying, and you're afraid to cross the one man who might cure him. What is Calanza compared to your sister's son? He got you into this. Make him help you.
All right. All right, yes. Yes, I will.
But hurry. He's out there now, watching the soldiers die, watching Steve and the other men he's poisoned, and enjoying it, Harris. Enjoying it.
I'll get him to my office and make him give me that serum. That's it. I'll make him.
Hurry, Doctor. Hurry.
Tell me, who are you?
I am known as the Shadow, Colonel. Please do not waste more time in wondering that you cannot see me. I told you I could clear up the mystery of this epidemic. I will keep my promise, sir. Just step in here, please.
All right. Wait a minute. This is Dr. Harris' office.
Yes. You'll know the whole story in a few moments, Colonel. Get behind the screen, please. Don't move until I give the word. Here they come.
Come in here, Calanza.
Harris, have you lost your mind?
Maybe.
Dragging me out of the wards like that. You must be mad.
And you'd be crazy, too. If that thing followed you around all day.
That thing? What are you talking
about? A voice, Calanza. A voice. Something that you can't see. But you can hear him all right. He keeps talking.
Oh, Harris, snap out of it.
I tell you, I heard him. He knows all about you and me and the disease.
Who knows all this?
That voice, the voice. He knows everything.
Ah, you're dreaming. Seeing your nephew sick has upset you.
Yes. We made my nephew Stephen get the disease, Calanza.
Well, he is not the only one.
But he's got to be cured.
Oh, don't start that again. There isn't any cure.
You're lying.
Harris, don't be a fool. I can't afford
Then
to.
there is a serum that will cure the disease.
Well, what if there is? I am not wasting it on your precious nephew.
Oh, yes, you are.
Harris, put down that gun.
You listen to me, Calanza. Either you give me the formula for that serum or I'll kill you. I mean it.
The formula's worth a fortune, Harris. It will make us both rich. If you will only use your head.
Never mind the talk. And don't try reaching for your gun either. I'm watching you.
But
the formula for the serum, quick.
All right.
Where is it?
In my pocket. It never leaves my wallet.
Give it to me.
Oh, just a minute. Here. Take it.
Thanks. Now I can save Steve.
If you know enough medicine to read that formula.
I must read it. Yes. Yes, it's plain enough. I can make this serum. Look. It says you take...
This goes with it. Fool. Did you think I really meant to have you get my serum? Die like the others. Now, I will take back my formula.
No, I'll take that paper, Calanza.
What? Who snatched that paper?
I did, Dr. Calanza.
A voice. Harris was right.
Dr. Harris was quite right.
Give me back my formula. I'll shoot.
What will you shoot at, Doctor?
You've done enough shooting, Calanza. Throw up your hands.
Lieutenant Torrance.
Drop that gun.
Never.
Take it then.
Calanza's dead, Colonel.
If a man deserved to be shot, it's that murderer.
Yes. Here. Take the
What about you, Shadow?
My work is finished, Colonel. Rest is up to your medical staff. Colanza and Harris dreamed of power and wealth to be acquired through mass murder. Such dreams are dearly bought. The price of Colanza's dream and Harris's traitorship was death. The hidden menace to the armed strength of our country has been uncovered and destroyed.
You have been listening to a dramatized version of one of the many copyrighted stories which appear in the Shadow magazine, now on sale at your local newsstand.
The weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. The Shadow knows.
All the characters and all the places named are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The Shadow knows.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's Shadow Adventure starts in just a moment. And as usual, it is packed with hair-raising thrills. But none can compare with the thrill and relief that comes from being saved by a Silvertown stop in wet weather driving emergencies. What you need between your car and rain-drenched pavements are the new Goodrich Safety Silvertown tires with the Lifesaver tread. This truly amazing tread actually dries wet roads, protects you against that hazard zone of motoring where a slippery film of water on the road may make complete control of your car almost impossible. That's because the never-ending spiral bars of the Lifesaver tread act like a battery of windshield wipers. They sweep the water right and left, force it out through deep drainage grooves, make a dry track for the rubber to grip. For safety's sake, make your next tires Goodrich Safety Silvertown. The Shadow, Lamont Cranston, a man of wealth, a student of science, and a master of other people's minds, devotes his life to righting wrongs, protecting the innocent, and punishing the guilty. Cranston is known to the underworld as the Shadow. Never seen, only heard, his true identity is known only to his constant friend and aide, Margot Lane. Today's story, The Old People.
Argentine, Flight D8 calling. Argentine, Flight D8 calling.
Go ahead, D8.
Position approximately 80 miles southeast headwaters of the Amazon. Flying 9,000 feet. Visibility good.
Airspeed 210. Next report at 4:30. Next report at 4:30, that is all.
Calling Argentine, flight D8. Calling Argentine, flight D8. What's the matter, D8? Can you hear us? Can you hear us, D8? Your 4:30 report, half an hour overdue, D8. Can you hear us, D8? Calling Argentine, flight D8.
Second airliner disappears in South America. Second airliner disappears in South America.
Now, gentlemen, if you please. In spite of the disappearance of two planes, D7 and D8, as superintendent of this airline, I insist that every effort must be made to establish air contact with South America at once. Consequently, I am sending one more plane to the Argentine in the hope that it will succeed where the D7 and the D8 failed.
Third Argentine plane disappears. Third Argentine plane disappears.
Lamont, are you still craning over those maps? What are you doing, brushing up on your geography?
In a sense, yes, Margot.
And what country interests you now?
Not a country, Margot, a continent. South America.
Oh, those Argentine planes that disappeared. You're thinking of them.
Exactly. There's something very unusual about their disappearance.
What do you think happened to them?
It isn't probable that three planes, manned by the finest pilots in the world and flying over a well-marked course, should disappear unless they were made to disappear.
Made to disappear?
Exactly. I'm convinced something other than natural causes made them disappear.
But what?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's possible they received some message over their radios that took them off their course. Caused their disappearance.
But how will you find out for sure?
By following the course of the three planes that disappeared.
You mean go to South America?
Exactly. I'm going to persuade the airlines to send through one more plane for the particular convenience of the Shadow.
So you're planning to go down the Amazon River?
Yes, I'm going to pay a call on Superintendent McWade of the airlines and persuade him to send one more plane through to the Argentine. I, as the Shadow, will be its sole passenger.
Oh, no, you're wrong, Lamont.
Wrong?
Yes, you and I will be its sole passengers.
Look here, Superintendent McWade. Let me fly a plane down to the Argentine and try to find those planes that disappeared.
I'm sorry, Jack. We cancel all South American flights.
Yeah, but Terry Kane, the pilot on the D9, he was my best friend. I've got to have a crack at finding him.
No, Jack. We're not going to risk any more planes disappearing. 3 are enough.
Why don't you let him have a try at it, Superintendent?
Well, who are you?
I am the Shadow.
The Shadow? But where are you?
As my name implies, Mr. McWade, I'm in the shadows. Right here in this room.
Well, I don't understand.
It's really quite simple. I've merely cast a cloud over your perceptions so that you're unable to see me.
Say, I remember. You're that fellow that no one ever sees.
I'm flattered that you know of me, pilot.
Yes, but what do you want here?
I've come to help you find those missing planes.
How?
Superintendent McWade, I want you to permit the plane that was to have taken off for the Argentine tonight to leave on schedule.
Well, that's out of the question. We've officially discontinued our South American service.
Then restore the service unofficially for tonight.
Why not, Superintendent? Maybe the Shadow knows something. I'll take a chance on flying him down.
I appreciate your cooperation, pilot. Mr. McWade, I guarantee I'll clear up the mystery of the missing planes within 48 hours. If you will do as I say, have a plane ready to take off tonight at the scheduled hour. A woman will board it.
A woman?
Yes.
Who is she?
I cannot tell you that. But you must make no attempt to discover her identity.
All right, but how will we know her?
She'll be wearing a long coat with a collar turned up around her face. She'll go right to the plane and board it.
You're coming along, too.
Most certainly, pilot. I shall be hiding in the rear of the plane. The baggage compartment, probably. I want your promise that you will make no attempt to try and find out who I am.
All right. I promise. But what's the idea?
Just that I am the Shadow. And the Shadow can only be heard, but never seen.
Margot, keep your collar up.
The pilot can't see you.
It's turned up, Lamont.
Just passed over the headwaters of the Amazon. Whatever's going to happen should happen soon. Tell the pilot to watch his course carefully from now on.
All right, Lamont.
Tell him to hold onto the radio beam, to be sure to report any variation in that beam to me at once. I'm expecting an invitation to our fate, and when it comes, we're going to accept it.
Look, Imperatore. He makes the young American old like us.
Imperatore, he is a great man.
Where could he cry like baby? Imperatore hates all young people.
No, don't you, Bean. Get away.
No good screaming. Nobody can hear you down here by the Amazon now. No American ever come by the South American jungle lest I, Anton Freeman, make him come here. Like I make you come here in your aeroplane.
Call off these, whatever they are. Call them off.
I am clever, huh? I build radio station. I send you radio beam signals. I take you off your course. I bring you here to my laboratory cave so you are lost to the world.
Let me up! Let me up!
Fine pigs! Hold him to the table. Hold him down.
Let me go.
Now,
Go.
I do my experiment.
What are you going to do?
I make you very old.
You what?
Yeah, maybe 90 years. Maybe 100-year-old. Then you be older than Anton Freeman.
Oh, you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Always around me are young people. They laugh at me because I am old. So now, I make you old.
No.
Older than me. Then I look at you.
Oh, me.
And I say to myself, Anton, you are a very young man. Fierce man older than you.
No.
Come. It is time for the experiment.
Get away from me. Get away.
I make you very old. Twisted old man. Yeah. I make you very old man.
What are you going to do to me? What is that serum you're giving me?
It is the serum to make you very old.
Oh, my body. What's happening to it?
It is becoming twisted and bent, like an old tree that lives too long.
Oh, my voice. What's happening to my voice?
It is old, like rusty shutters that go creak, creak in the wind.
I can't breathe. I'm suffocating.
No, you are old man. It is hard for old men to breathe. Yeah, you are very old. Now I, Anton Freeman, am young man, and you are old, very old.
Imperatore!
Hey, what is it, old pig?
On the radio, we heard another airplane is coming.
Ah, more people come fly over me, huh?
Yeah.
That is good. I need more young American for experiment. Come. I go send out the radio beam to bring the American here. I trick them come here. They think they listen to radio beam from the Argentine. But they listen to the radio beam I, Anton Freeman, send out to bring them here. Come. We get more American down from sky for my experiment.
Ladies and gentlemen, while you're waiting for the climax to the Shadow's exciting story, let me ask you one or two very important questions. Are your tires safe? Have you ever experienced that sickening feeling that comes when a car skids out of control? Do you realize the havoc that one blowout can play with life, limb, and pocketbook?
The Shadow knows. It may take just one skid, just one blowout to end your driving days for good. Yes, riding on flimsy, unsafe tires is a mighty big gamble. You may win, but suppose you lose. Don't gamble.
Have your car equipped with those amazing new Goodrich Silvertowns? Because this new kind of tire has what it takes to keep you and your family off the accident list. Inside, it has the famous golden ply blowout protection that has already saved thousands of motorists' lives. Outside, every new Silvertown has the sensational lifesaver tread that gives you the greatest skid protection, the quickest, safest wet road stops you've ever had in all your driving days. Yes, The new Goodrich Safety Silvertown is really two great tires in one. But it costs you nothing extra, not a penny. Why guess about the condition of your tires? For safety's sake, ride on Goodrich Safety Silvertown.
We're 110 miles southeast of the Amazon headwaters now, Shadow.
Then our mysterious friend should be sending us a radio message soon.
Say, something's happening to the radio beam.
A radio beam?
Yeah, it's become stronger all of a sudden.
So, that's how our unknown friend sends us our invitation. By radio beam. All right, pilot. We accept his invitation. Follow the beam signal he's sending.
Yes, Shadow.
Better start down now.
Okay. Hope I can find a dime to land on.
Look, down there.
I thought so. The 3 planes that disappeared.
Say, my hat's off to you, Shadow. You sure picked the spot.
There's plenty of room to land, isn't there, pilot?
Well, not as much as I'd like. Here we go.
Nice landing, pilot.
Oh, thank you, lady. Holy smokes. Look out that window.
Look at them. Dozens of tottering old men and women.
Hey, that one there, I know that face. That's the face of Terry Kane, an old buddy of mine.
Are you sure?
Sure, I'd know his face anywhere, only what's happened to him? He was 6'4", and now he's little. His features are all shrunken up. Why, Terry couldn't have been more than 30, but now look at him. Why, he's old as Methuselah.
All these men and women, all of them must have been transformed into bent, broken old wretches by some monster.
They're breaking into the plane.
Say, I'm going to try to take off.
No. Got to find out what's behind all this. Open the door. Let's go out and face them.
Say, it's all right for you to talk, Shadow. You hanging back in the shadows where no one can find you.
My power to throw a cloud over the senses and remain unseen will save you from the same fate that befell these other people. Go ahead. Open the door. I'll be with you.
Hey, quit pulling us, you mangy old geezers.
Hey, pretty lady. Nice lady. Me take her.
Hey, that's Terry. Hey, Terry, don't you remember me? Terry!
Young American. Imperator make you old. Older than me. Than me. Terry have pretty lady.
Terry, Terry, you remember me. Terry!
Young American, you pig. Come, we show American how much we hate young men.
Hey, Terry! Terry, call these guys off. Get off of me, you warts. Shadow, call them off, will you? They're swarming all over me. Get them off, I tell you.
Get away, all of you. Get away. Get away.
Your voice is frightening. They don't understand where it's coming
Get
from.
away, all of you. Get away.
Say, it's a good thing you scared them off, Shadow. They were biting and pecking at me like a bunch of toothless mosquitoes.
Fiendish little animals. Their bodies and brains and souls have all been shrunk out of them.
Fine pigs.
Who's that?
That must be the gentleman known as Imperatore.
I say, he's only a half pint himself.
A dwarf.
No, he's just an undersized man. Must be around 50.
Fine pigs. I tell you, bring the American to me. Now I must get them myself. Ah, my American friends. You come see me, Anton Freeman.
Now look here, you.
Keep quiet. First, I talk with pretty lady here. It's long time since I seen such fine white skin. Very long time.
Oh, don't touch me.
Ah, you are like other American ladies, huh? You do not like me because I am not young, huh? Because maybe you like this big pilot, huh? Because he is young, huh? All right, I make him old. Older than me with mein serum. You see then what great man Anton Freeman is. Yeah, very great man. Maybe then you would like me more than him. Come, swines, pigs! Bring the Americans to the laboratory. Throw the American on the table.
No, you devils can't do this to me. Hey. Let me up.
Look at
there.
the useless struggles.
Let me up.
The young American. Even a young American can do nothing against all the bent-over old men. Huh?
Where's your great friend, the Shadow, now, lady? I thought he was going to make everything all right.
Like Gulliver in the land of the Lilliputians, eh, Dr. Freeman?
Hey, who says that?
I know the shadow wouldn't fail us, pilot.
Our friend the pilot is like Gulliver in the land of Lilliput, eh? Small old men swarming over him and fastening him down.
Well, who are you? Why, I cannot see you.
Because I am hiding in the shadows, Dr. Freeman. You see, I hate youth and its taunts. I am afraid of growing old, too, Dr. Freeman.
Ah, you are old and bent too, huh?
Yes, so I learned to live in the shadows, away from human eyes, to conceal my age. Ah, but what I would give for a serum like yours, to avenge myself for the scorn of robust young people by making them older than I am.
Ah, you know about my serum,
Yes, and I know how you can shrink the bodies of these people you make old, as primitive people used to shrink the heads and bodies of corpses. You're a brilliant scientist, Dr. Freeman.
Yeah, all by myself I found the serum. Here in the jungle, away from where there are young people. Ah, but they find me here too, those young ones.
With the aeroplanes?
Yeah, they come flying over me here.
So you installed a radio transmitter and sent out radio signals, tricking the planes into flying here and getting lost. So they'd have to make forced landings.
Yeah, that is right. And when they landed, I captured the people inside of them and made them into old, bent creatures like you see here.
Can they ever be restored to what they were?
Never, never.
Aren't you afraid they might turn on you, these hideous wretches?
Oh, no, no. You see that switch on the wall? I only have to unlock it with this key and I wear on my belt. I turn the switch on. I escape, and in a minute, I have ton of dynamite destroys the old people.
Brilliant, Doctor. Brilliant.
Yeah. I show you now with the pilot how brilliant I am.
Hey, get away from me.
Dr. Freeman, so brilliant a scientist as yourself must have other medical wonders he's discovered.
Ah, yeah. Still another serum I have.
Another serum? To do what, Doctor?
A serum to make little men big.
To make little men big?
Yeah.
What effect would your serum have on these old people, Dr. Freeman?
It would make them stupid monsters because they have no brains. Now, even.
Dr. Freeman, have you ever thought of using that serum on yourself?
On myself?
You could make yourself tall and big, taller than any young man.
Taller than a young man?
Dr. Freeman, think. Supposing you were to take the serum yourself, making yourself tall and strong.
Yeah.
And then, supposing you transformed all your old creatures into monsters. Why, with your brains and their strength, you could conquer the world.
Yeah, you are right.
Think. The tall and handsome Dr. Freeman.
Yeah.
Able to conquer the world.
Yeah.
Think of it. Come. Try it.
Yeah, but can I give the serum to myself?
A great surgeon like yourself can accomplish any miracle, Dr. Freeman, even to giving yourself an injection of the serum.
Ah, you are right. It is right in this bottle
Good.
here.
There's a mirror on the wall. Stand before it and give yourself the injection.
Yeah, but...
Think. Master of the world, Dr. Freeman.
Yeah.
Certainly that's worth any effort. A little pain.
Oh, yeah, you are right. I will do it.
How do you start?
I show you. I fill this glass tube with the serum. Oh, no, I cannot do this.
Come. There's no time to hesitate. The whole destiny of the world is in your hands. Master of the universe.
Yeah, I will do it.
Now what?
I inject the serum. I am, you see, I am growing, you see.
Mother McCree, the guy's growing like a balloon blowing up. Look at him.
You see, man in the shadows, I am growing.
Yes. Yes, I see, Anton Freeman. Your body is growing, but your mind, is it growing too?
Yeah, the inside, my head, it feel like it get big, like great big rubber ball inside vacuum.
Yes, Dr. Freeman, a good description. A great rubber ball inside a vacuum. You forgot that your serum to enlarge the body would enlarge every organ of your body, even your brain.
Yeah, I will even be greater genius.
No. Your genius will shrink and disappear. You can enlarge the brain, Dr. Freeman, but you can't enlarge the matter that makes for intelligence. The larger your brain gets, the smaller your ratio of intelligence. You're becoming a stupid, heartless, brainless monster. like your wretched creations.
No, I will show you.
Margot, quickly. You and the pilot get to the plane, get ready for the takeoff.
What about you, Lamont?
I'll join you as soon as this monster's destroyed himself. Hurry. Well, Dr. Freeman, your serum works, doesn't it? You're tall now, 7 feet, maybe more. But you're stupid.
I will kill you, man in the shadows.
I doubt that. You're too stupid to defend yourself now, even against your old people.
You forget. The dynamite. I will turn the switch, blow them on you to pieces. That is it. I will blow them up, and you, first, I unlock the switch.
Get away from that switch, Freeman.
The man in the shadows, he is afraid, huh? Dr. Freeman, he's not afraid. Dynamite cannot hurt great, big Dr. Freeman. See, already more than 7 feet I am. Now, I turn the switch.
Take your hand off that switch.
Make me take it off. You think you can make giant Dr. Friedman do anything?
Very well, I will make you take your hand off it. Take off your hand from that switch.
There you are. Now I feel you.
Let go. Let go of me.
Dr. Freeman, find where you are.
Let go of my hand.
You come to take my hand off the switch that show me where you are. Now the great Dr. Freeman, he even can kill someone he cannot see.
Let go of me.
Now, I turn the switch that set off the dynamite. There, Shadow. In exactly 2 minutes, all people, they all explode.
You'll die too if that dynamite goes off.
No, the great Dr. Freeman, he lived even against dynamite. Shadow, lie to Dr. Freeman. You are big man, young too, huh? I feel how big you are, but not so big as me. I can crush you like paper box.
Lamont, what's he doing to you?
He's located me by touching me. Now he's crushing me in his arms. I can't hold up to him much longer.
Pretty lady. Terry like pretty lady.
Terry.
Margot, get to the plane and leave at once. That dynamite will be going off soon.
Terry, you like me?
Terry like pretty lady very much.
I like you too if you'll do something for me.
Yeah, I'd do anything for pretty lady.
Then you and your friends let the American alone and attack the Imperatore.
Oh, Imperatore, too great.
No, he's just a big, stupid man now. Look at him. He's making himself large so he can destroy you.
No.
Don't try to save me, Margaret. Don't. Save yourself before they dynamite.
Then get rid of the Imperatore, Terry. Get rid of Anton Freeman.
And then you like Terry?
Yes, very much.
All right, we do it. We will attack Dr. Freeman. And look, no more is Imperatore, old man. He's a big man now, so he can hurt us. Come, we show Imperatore. He can't hurt us. Come. Come, we show Imperatore how much we hate him. Come on.
Hey, Chris, you bite me. You stop biting me. You bite me. Stop biting me.
Margot, I'm here with you.
Thank goodness, Lamont.
You made those wretches attack Freeman. He had to let me go.
Hurry, let's go to the plane. The pilot's out there now.
Just another minute or two with his arms strangling me, and I'd been finished. I'm afraid I rather overestimated my strength against the strength of a monster. His arms were like bands of steel.
The pilot's ready to take off.
Into the plane, quickly.
Are you in, Shadow?
Yes, I'm with you. All right, pilot, take off.
But what about the old people?
More merciful that they perish, Margot. It's better that the poor wretches be removed as a scourge from the earth.
Okay, here we go. None too soon, either.
Just in time. Freeman and his fantastic empire are ended by his own devices, destroyed by the creatures of his own fiendish creation. The creatures he had devised to satisfy his own egotistical hatred. Well, the South American Air Service is safe once again.
You have been listening to a dramatized version of one of the many copyrighted stories which appear in the Shadow magazine, now on sale at your local newsstand.
weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. The shadow knows.
All the characters and all the places named are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow knows.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a moment the shadow will again start into that hazard zone of crime, the underworld. And don't forget, motorists, every time you ride over wet, slippery roads, you are entering the hazard zone of motoring, where a slippery film of water on the road may make complete command of your car almost impossible. That's why the development of the new Goodrich Silvertown tire with Lifesaver tread is such good news to every motorist. This new kind of tire gives the greatest protection ever offered against skids, because the Lifesaver tread sweeps water right and left from under the tire, actually dries wet roads. You stop quicker, safer than you've ever stopped before. Remember, too, that the new Silvertown also gives you the famous Golden Ply blowout protection. Keep danger a stranger. Put these life-saving Silvertowns on your car now. There is no extra cost. The shadow, Lamont Cranston, a man of wealth, a student of science, and a master of other people's minds, devotes his life to righting wrongs, protecting the innocent, and punishing the guilty. Cranston is known to the underworld as the Shadow. Never seen, only heard, his true identity is known only to his constant friend and aide, Margot Lane. Today's story, The Voice of the Trumpet.
Well, Bronson, the drawing's all done but one section.
Oh, but Fred, my dear boy, can't you finish it? You could guess what wheels and cogs will fit in with the rest of the mechanism.
Nothing doing. I'm just a draftsman, not an inventor. I'll have to have more information.
Oh, damn me. And the Normandy sails at midnight tonight. I wanted to catch it.
Oh, so you're going to hustle a drawing aboard the minute it's finished, huh?
Yes, indeed. The customers in Europe are willing to pay very good prices right now for secrets from our War Department.
Well, be careful. Anyone catches on to this game of ours and it'll be curtains for us.
Don't be absurd, my boy. No one would suspect Albert Bronson, the distinguished authority on fine books, of being a spy.
Yeah. It's a good cover for selling government secrets. It gives you an excuse for traveling.
Yes, it's a clever dodge. But then we're all three very clever. You and I and our spiritualist friend, Brother Dykeman.
Ah, Dykeman's a fake.
Perhaps as a spiritualist, my boy, but not as a mind reader.
Yeah.
He must be able to read Philip Ryder's mind at any rate. Philip comes to the seances, sits there concentrating, and Dykeman gathers from his mind all the secrets of the War Department.
Yeah, it is funny. But I always figured Dykeman must have got next to Ryder some way.
Oh, impossible. Both Philip and Paul Ryder have been proven perfectly honest.
Yeah, Paul got bumped off because he was so honest.
Oh, let's not go into that subject.
Okay. I'm getting pretty sick of sitting through those long-winded seances to get the information from my drawings.
Be patient, Fred. One more session with that fake spirit should give you what you need.
Why can't Dykeman read Ryder's mind and bring the information here?
Because we mustn't be seen together. It might be fatal. Besides, I don't quite trust Dykeman.
He's sure a clever faker, all right.
I'll take it. Hello? Yes? Tonight? You're sure? Yes.
What's up?
That was Dykeman. Ryder's coming to a seance tonight. And you'll be there, dear boy. You'll be there.
Sure.
And in 2 days, the latest invention of the War Department should be on the way to Europe.
I love this Cafe Lamont, though none of our friends seem to have found it.
My dear Margot, when I start meeting up with my friends at restaurants, I go looking for new places to eat.
Well, you'd better start looking, then.
Why?
Philip Ryder's getting up from that table over in the corner. Haven't seen him for months.
Oh, all right. Not since his brother's funeral.
No, he's certainly changed. Paul's being murdered was an awful shock
Yes.
to him. Have they any notion who did it?
Well, last time I talked to Commissioner Weston, he said the police were still in the dark.
Your coffee, mademoiselle.
Oh, thank you, Pierre. Lamont, Philip's coming this way. Why don't we try to cheer him up?
All right.
Why, Philip Ryder.
Margot and Lamont.
I say, you've been hiding yourself in one of your vaults in the War Department.
We've been awfully rushed the last few months.
I should think you might have been.
Do sit down, Philip.
Well, all right for a minute.
You've been doing with yourself.
Just keeping busy.
Oh, you and your state secrets. You always get me so curious I could burst, but it never does me any good. Don't you ever break down and tell one little secret even to your best girl?
Never.
And quite right, too. Margot wants to paint the town, Philip. Won't you come along?
Well, I'd like to awfully, but I can't tonight.
What is it, a previous engagement?
Why...
Bring her along.
Well, it's not an engagement, really. I'd be delighted to have you both come with me if you'd care to.
Where are you going?
Don't laugh. I'm going to a spiritualistic seance.
Oh, that sounds like fun. How do you feel about it, Lamont?
Where's the meeting going to be?
At Mr. Dykeman's house. He's the medium.
How do you happen to start that?
Well, Dykeman looked me up. Came to my apartment one evening. Said he'd had a message for me from my brother Paul.
From Paul? How odd.
Yes. I miss my brother frightfully. Well, anyway, I went to the seance.
You actually think this medium is the real thing?
Yes, Lamont, I do.
Spiritualism can be such a shield for fakers that I'm always a little suspicious.
I know, but Mr. Dykeman is no faker. You see, when I went to the seance, Paul spoke to me.
Oh, Philip.
Yes, he did. Through a trumpet.
You're positive?
Yes. He's spoken to me of many things that only we two knew about. I'm forced to believe in Dykeman.
I see.
Well, do you care to come?
Please do, Lamont. It sounds fascinating.
Yes, let's go. I'm very eager to meet this Mr. Dykeman.
Good evening, brothers and sisters. I wish to extend a greeting to all our old friends and our new ones. It is my hope that you will find peace and comfort, which the rest of us share in the knowledge that the grave is not the end of life. Brother Rice, will you play The Tie That Binds?
Lamont?
Yes?
Somebody's dimming the light.
That's part of the service.
Don't tell me you're afraid.
No, of course I'm not really.
Quiet. You're not supposed to talk.
Lamont,
What is it?
look up at those shiny stripes that are swinging around up there.
Those are the luminous bands on the trumpet.
But how did they get up there?
Margot, please.
Oh, sorry.
George, are you listening?
That's my dead father's voice. I'm sure it is. Yes, Father?
I'm helping you. You must be careful of a tall, blond man. Trouble may come to you through him.
I'll be careful, Father.
The voice did seem to come from the trumpet.
I know. Be quiet.
Philip! Philip!
Yes, Paul. I'm here. What is it?
I'm watching your work. I'm proud of what you're doing.
Oh, I'm glad.
It's not easy. I wish I could be there to help you.
Oh, I wish you could, Paul. So much. I miss you.
Don't be sad for me, Philip. Think of your work. I can't quite understand just what it is. This last assignment.
Well, it's simple, Paul. If I could explain.
I know you can't. But think of what you're doing at the office. Think, and help me understand.
Yes, Paul.
If I am silent for a moment, it's because I'm going to try to understand what's in your mind, trying to help. Now, be silent. Silent.
This is absurd.
Lamont, be quiet.
Absurd.
Lamont, you broke the thread. Paul, come back.
Turn up the lights. Turn them up, Mr. Rice. Thank you. I'm sorry that we've been interrupted, but it is impossible for the spirit to communicate when there are unfriendly influences at work. You, sir, I am speaking to you.
Yes? What is it?
You think this is all a fake? That I have no power?
On the contrary, I think you have great powers.
And yet you interrupt us. You scoff. You're determined to be hostile.
Not at all. You interest me enormously. As a matter of fact, I should like to ask you a few questions.
You simply want to discredit me. Well, the only satisfaction I can give you is that you have robbed these good people of the aid and comfort they seek.
Lamont, let's go. This is terribly embarrassing.
Very well, let's leave. Well, you know, I'm not embarrassed. I'm really very interested.
Ladies and gentlemen, when the shadow laughs, it's no laughing matter for his enemies. And when you are suddenly faced with that common enemy of all motorists, a dangerous skid on wet, slippery pavements, it's no laughing matter to be behind the wheel.
The shadow knows. Every day, someone, somewhere, experiences that sickening, pit of the stomach feeling when his car swerves out of control. Beware! It pays to play safe.
Yes, motorists. And when you equip your car with the new Goodrich Silvertown tire, you know you're playing safe. Because the nation's largest independent testing laboratory, the impartial Pittsburgh Testing Laboratory, tested this new kind of tire over a 3-month period against the regular and premium price tires of America's 6 largest tire manufacturers. The official report from these impartial engineers reads, quote, "The new Goodrich Silvertown with Lifesaver tread gave greater skid resistance than any other tire tested," unquote. And some of the tires tested are priced at from 40% to 70% more than Silvertown's. Yet the new Silvertown with Lifesaver tread came out on top in skid protection. It came out on top in mileage, too. Averaged 19.1% more non-skid mileage than any of the tires tested in its own price range. Motorists, doesn't this prove which tire to put on your car? Get these life-saving, long-mileage Silvertowns now. There is no extra cost.
Here, Philip. Sit down and cheer up.
I'm sorry things turned out this way.
Oh, for heaven's sake, don't you apologize. I think Lamont ought to beg your pardon, behaving like that. Lamont!
What? Oh, yes, Phil, I'm sorry if you're upset.
Well, Lamont, you must admit that Mr. Dykeman is unusual.
Oh, yes, but the mental world is so full of unusual things. I was just thinking about a drawing that I saw very recently. Strange how vividly I see the piece of apparatus right now.
What in the world are you raving about, Lamont?
Piece of apparatus. It's so clear to me. I've even started drawing it here on the menu. It's a curious contraption of one small wheel within another. They revolve in opposite directions. There is a thousandth of an inch between the two. Look.
Lamont.
Yes?
Don't draw that. Don't.
Philip, what's wrong? You look ill.
This is serious.
You've seen this piece of apparatus before?
We've been working on it for weeks at the department.
Well, what's it for?
Now, you might as well know now. It's a part of a new anti-aircraft gun. It ensures almost perfect aim at long range. Why, that's what Paul Spirit was talking about only tonight.
How interesting.
No one knows of this. How do you come to Lamont?
I saw it someplace just by chance.
But where? Who had it in their possession? Do you recall?
I'm sorry, Philip, but...
Well, it doesn't matter anyhow. The thing will have to be scrapped.
Thrown away?
Of course. We'll have the whole big job to do over again.
But how terrible. Lamont, try to remember where you saw it. It may not be too late to save the secret.
Yes, please try, Lamont. But in the meantime, I've got to find my chief. Let him know.
I'm sorry, Philip.
Yes, it's too bad you can't remember. There are spies at
if
work.
If there are, I hope you catch them, Philip. Good night.
Well, good night. Good night, Margot.
Good night, Philip. And now, Lamont Cranston, suppose you tell me where you saw that drawing.
Now, Margot.
Don't try to tell me you've forgotten. You never forget anything. Where did you see it and who had it?
Well, Philip had it. I saw it at the seance.
What? What do you mean?
I saw the image in Philip's mind, saw it as plain as day.
But how?
Remember when that fake voice he thought was Paul's asked him to concentrate?
Yes.
In that moment of silence, I saw the drawing, plain as day. The dimensions, everything.
But I thought
that wasn't spiritualism, it was mind reading. Philip Ryder had been giving the government secrets away to spies ever since he started going to these seances.
Oh, that's impossible.
If I could see the drawing in his mind, so could a clever, practiced mind reader, a man like Dykeman.
Oh, but why didn't you tell Philip?
He wouldn't believe me.
But he may go back there and talk to Paul Spirit. He may tell other secrets.
No, I don't think that he will. Let's go now.
Go where?
Back to Dykeman's and find out who he passes his information to and how. Perhaps the seance will still be in session.
But Lamont, Dykeman will certainly not be pleased to see you again.
But, Margot, he won't see me. I'm going as the shadow.
Fred! Fred!
Yes, Spirit, speak. I'm listening.
You have understood all the facts I have communicated.
Gotten all down pat, Spirit. Go ahead. Spiel some more.
This inner wheel I have told you of is separated from the outer one by a hair-like space of 1,000th of an inch. Understand, Fred?
Yeah, I got it. Is that all?
That is all. I must return to the spirit world.
Now, my friends, to get on to other messages. Our brother Fred should be very satisfied. I see he is leaving us. Now, let us wait for further communications from my controls.
Mr. Fred.
What? What do you want? I don't know you.
Oh, it's nothing. Nothing, only it's wonderful how the spirits talk to you at our meetings. You don't seem very reverent, but they talk to you.
Sure. They talk. What about it?
Nothing. Nothing, only I wish they would to me. Do you think
I think you're just a nut. Get out of my way.
What's that? Who laughed? Why, there's no one there. Why, the spirits must be hovering over Fred.
Fred, my dear boy, come in. Come in, you're late.
Stop beefing. I got here, didn't I?
Yes. You'll close the door, Fred.
I did close it.
No, Fred, it's still open.
I'd have sworn I shut it.
You obviously didn't.
Well, the catch can't be working right.
There, that's better. Tell me, have you the figures to finish our drawing?
No, not all of them. There's one spot I can't fill yet.
Why not?
Some nutty guy interrupted Dykeman's session with Philip Ryder.
Too bad. But here's the drawing. Get to work, Fred.
Hey, stop ordering me around.
Now, Fred, don't be impudent.
What do you think I am?
Fred, dear boy. You are the man who killed Paul Ryder. Don't forget that.
You were in on that job, too.
But you fired the shot, dear boy. Please don't forget that. I haven't. Now, let's not have any more impertinence, please.
Why, you...
Now. Cool down. You and I can't afford to fight, dear boy. We're too useful to each other. Only think what a nice large sum of money we shall get from this job.
Yeah. All right, but I'll just throw in those 2 wheels I got the dope on tonight, and then...
I wouldn't, Fred, if I were you.
Huh? What'd you say, Bronson?
I didn't say a word. I hope you haven't started talking to yourself.
He hasn't, Mr. Bronson.
Hey, what is this?
Who are you? Where are you?
Men know me as the Shadow.
What the... I can't see anyone. Who is it? What do you want?
I want to stop you two from betraying your country's secrets.
What?
If you sell that drawing, millions of your countrymen may pay for your treachery with their lives.
Hey, Bronson, I can't stand this. It gets me. A voice and nobody's there.
Now, don't be excited, Fred. Look at me. I'm perfectly calm.
You are not afraid then, Bronson?
Of course not.
But, Bronson, this spook is real.
Fred, don't be a fool. This is some trick of Dykeman's.
Dykeman's?
Of course. He's so clever with his trumpets and strange voices. Aren't you, Dykeman? I'm not afraid of you.
I am not Dykeman. I am the Shadow. I have come to warn you.
Indeed, Shadow. Are we in danger?
Grave danger, Bronson. If you attempt to sell the information in this drawing, tear it up. Now.
Hey, I don't like this.
Calm down, Fred. This is Dykeman. He's trying to drive us out of the field so he can collect everything for himself. Isn't that the truth, Dykeman?
He don't answer. Is he gone?
I imagine so. Once he realized...
Hey, Bronson, look.
What is it?
There on the desk where the drawing was.
Why, it's gone.
Yeah, it's been stolen. Hey, Bronson, I'm scared.
Nonsense. Come on.
Where are you going?
To find Dykeman, you fool.
What are you going to do?
You and I, Fred, are going to kill our dear friend Dykeman. Come along.
The Shadow calling Margot Lane. The Shadow calling Margot Lane. Margot Lane, get in touch with Commissioner Weston. Have him surround Mr. Dykeman's house at once. Have him bring Philip Ryder with him. Hurry!
Now, my friends, we must have silence, or the seance cannot succeed. Silence, please.
Hey, Bronson.
Yes, Fred?
You hear that? Dykeman's got a late seance going on inside right now.
Yes, dear boy, that seems to be true.
And he couldn't have been the Shadow.
Nonsense. He probably just sneaked back here ahead of us. Go in and speak to him. Tell him you wish to reach the spirits. We'll surprise dear Mr. Dykeman.
Yeah. All right, come on.
Newcomers have entered the room. Please do not be disturbed, my friends. Have you any questions?
I want to ask some. This is Fred again.
Silence. Fred is calling. Silence. I am here, Fred. What do you wish? Is there something wrong?
Huh? Yeah, there is. You know that drawing I was working on?
Yes, I know.
It's been stolen.
Stolen? By whom?
It was not stolen. The Shadow took it.
What's that? Who is speaking?
The Shadow, Dykeman.
Friends, someone is trying to put over a fraud. That is not a spirit voice.
No. This is the voice of the Shadow. Dykeman, you're in danger.
What is this voice, Dykeman?
I don't know. It's some sort of fraud.
It's you who are the fraud, Dykeman. Making these poor people think they are talking to their loved ones.
Friends, this is an outrage, a trick. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seats. This is obviously a fraud. It isn't the voice of a spirit.
Confess.
Somebody turn on the lights and show this faker up. Turn on the lights.
Let me out of here. Where's the door?
The lights.
Ah, there they are. Ladies and gentlemen.
What is that voice?
You see, the voice has stopped. The faker can't talk through the trumpet with the lights on. Stop it! Stop it! Do you hear?
Do you still think I'm a fake?
No. But go away and leave me be.
Not until you've done as I tell you.
What is it you want me to do?
Tell these people you're a fraud.
Oh, no.
Tell them that you're the voice of the spirits that talk to them.
All right, I'm at it. Now, will you leave me alone?
There's one thing more.
What?
Tell them you're a member of a spy ring. The same ring that killed Paul Ryder.
All right.
Tell them who your boss is.
All right. I'll tell them.
Who fired that shot?
It was this man here.
Hey, Brother Dykeman! Brother Dykeman! Brother Dykeman, are you all right? Are you all right?
Come in, Commissioner Weston. You're just in time.
Someone fire a gun in here?
Yes. Brother Dykeman has just been killed.
Who did it?
Well, we don't know.
Did anybody see the gun being fired?
We were all too excited to notice, but the shot seemed to come from over there.
And
that's where it seemed.
none of you saw who did it?
Well, I couldn't be sure, but I thought it was this man.
Yeah, I thought it was, too. It was this fella here.
It was not.
Men, lock the doors. Don't let anyone out. We'll search this mob.
Commissioner Weston.
Yes, what is it? What? Say, who spoke to me?
This is the Shadow, Commissioner Weston.
The Shadow. I might have known.
You see the man standing in the corner?
The man... Why, yes. That's Elbert Bronson, the book collector.
He poses as a book collector. He's really the head of a great spy ring. Search him.
This is an outrage.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bronson, but it's necessary.
Why?
Just a minute, please. Stand still. No gun on him.
Search the young man beside him. His name is Fred.
Yes. Ah, here we are. A gun. And just fired.
You, Bronson, you planted it on me after you killed Dykeman.
Why, what nonsense. Commissioner Weston, I presume that I'm free to go now?
Well, no,
Commissioner, look at the papers you just took from the pockets of Bronson and of Fred.
These papers?
Show them to Philip Ryder.
Why, what are they? A drawing. Commissioner, the voice is right. These men are spies.
Bronson, that's the drawing that was stolen from us.
Quiet, you fool.
It's torn in half.
And each of these men had a half in his pocket.
But that's impossible. The drawing had been stolen. It couldn't have gotten back into our pockets.
Then you confess you had it in your possession once? You own that you are spies?
I own nothing. Convict me if you can.
If you can't be proven spies, at least you can be held for the murder of 2 men.
2 men?
Yes. Dykeman and Paul Ryder.
I didn't do it. I didn't. It was Fred.
Men, take them away. We won't have much trouble convicting them if they've killed 2 men.
Yes, they killed 2 men. But what is worse, they tried to sell the lives of thousands of their countrymen for a little money.
Yes, Shadow. I guess they never counted on meeting up with you.
No. They believed they could betray their country and escape the consequences. But they were wrong. Treason cannot succeed. Traitors must be punished. And I will fight to save my country from men like these. They dared to commit these crimes because they had never met me. They did not know or fear the Shadow.
You have been listening to a dramatized version of one of the many copyrighted stories which appear in the Shadow magazine, now on sale at your local newsstand.
The weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. The Shadow knows.
All the characters and all the places named are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental.